Again.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ignition Point, a weekly Dungeons and Dragons stream with these lovely people here. So, to everybody who likes what we do, please hit the follow button if you are not already following to know when we go live. If you would like to subscribe, please do that. And if you would like to leave comments, do so over on my YouTube channel of the same name, Boomeadow, because all the videos are uploaded there if you want to catch up on what the lads have been doing. What the dog doing, exactly. My camera is too high, I've just realised. That's fantastic. I love that.
What the dog doing, Asher?
So, with all of that, what happened last week, lads? Do you remember, or have you completely blacked it out from your memories?
Oh, let me cook. So, we travelled in to...
He's missed the most important detail immediately.
Oh,
I did
God.
the recap.
You did the recap.
You did the recap after.
Nick,
Yeah.
That's the
gimmick,
most important.
Oh,
The
Kev
the
off.
first detail is always who did the recap.
Kev fucking off.
Actually,
Right.
no, you did my recap.
Yeah,
I
so
did Steven's recap.
Kevin did Steven's
So-
recap. Then,
Now proceed.
we went into the Dreamscape and we chatted to old Steven 2.0.
It was not the Dreamscape.
It was
The
Kevin's
Void.
It was
Dreamscape.
the Void.
Yeah,
This is Ty's recap, thank you. If he
Yeah.
thinks it's the Dreamscape, that's what
Yeah,
he thinks it is.
alright.
Let's
Learn
just
from
go
the
with
things
Ty's
that-
brain.
Yeah,
Alright.
we went
Go
into
with his brain.
we went into Dreamscape, completed the Dream Gate. We chatted with Steven. Budge was a real piece of shit. He was like, "Oh, I've committed a genocide. I better just be down about that and sad." Like, come on, man, grow up. Honestly, jog
It
on.
is what it is.
He bullied a child to the point that he reverted in age. You bullied him so hard he took years off his life the opposite way for some reason.
I'll fucking do it again.
We had a good old chat. After that, we went for a swim because Budge was depressed, so he went for a little dippy dip. I discovered that Uckers love being launched through a portal at I don't know, I'm going to go with Mark 10. They be zooming. They all went for a swim. Budge went to stop them going for a swim. Touched a statue of our man Hudson the Hawk, middle name D. That teleported them to the Astral Sea where they were hanging out with a big old fucking spoopy lizard in the distance that could swim. And then they climbed on a pirate ship. Well, Budge got put in a net, and then after a whole bunch of, I feel like the DM sort of being like, "Come on, idiots, you can find this," as we all swam around like maniacs failing rolls. She was like, "Fucking poke, poke, poke." And then he muted because he was so upset. He just went silent, Doc, and Kevin went through the portal. And on the other side, they did a cool flip onto the pirate ship, and they were like, "Yarr, give me the booty." And Hudson and I hanged out at his camp. We've got our own adventure with a dead body that Kevin discovered in the ocean. That is done. That's everything.
Mostly accurate, pretty good. Like,
I hope you know this is completely Cal's recap. Like, that is
Can't
what
fault
he
him.
remembers happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
sit in
mean-
a hammock with Kev.
I mean,
My only note was we took way longer to figure out how to get to Budge than it should have taken. Like it took fucking
Oh, yeah.
ages for us to figure out how to get to Budge.
And let me
We're,
tell
like,
you,
swimming in
Steve wasn't the only
caves.
one dying because of that. I was losing my mind.
yeah,
I'm done.
I'm like, I was wondering if you guys just weren't picking up the context clues of, oh yeah, you touch it, you vanish.
No,
I
but
was
our
muted.
characters
I
never
couldn't do nothing.
saw Budge touch it, so I can't be like, oh, I just go touch it. Like I gotta come to a reasonable conclusion that
I don't understand how your autistic ass wasn't like, I put it in my mouth.
me.
Yeah.
I
Or
will say, as well, just for the viewers at home, both Ty and Stephen did get inspiration for their DM inspiration.
Did you call me by my government name?
Yes, Stephen.
I don't like it.
Stefan.
Call it your
Stefan.
government name.
Let's fucking...
Well, I figure I'll call you
Oh,
Stephen
Budge, Steve.
and the gods. I'll call you Stephen and the god Steve, and no one will get confused ever again.
It's
Budge and Cal.
Budge and
I'll
Cal.
absolutely still get confused.
That's how we remember.
I mean, technically, yes. Budge and Cal both got inspiration for their wonderful RP moments that they had. So,
We
congrats
never
for that
RP.
guy. Congrats
Ever.
for that, guys.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I'd like to thank God.
Oh,
Go to Hollywood.
And obviously, I mean, you already have starting out with DM inspiration tie, but you can't have double inspiration. But you would have had
Oh,
inspiration.
can I
for
gift
doing-
it?
Well,
Can I
luckily
gift it
he
to
gave
Huds?
it to me.
No, fucking Hudson. I'm giving it to you, Clint. You can have my
Okay,
inspiration,
I
you
will
beautiful
allow it.
boy.
I will allow it.
Inspired.
No one uses them in any session anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's
Clint, we use them on our first roll, no matter what.
Just
Okay.
whatever
Yeah.
the role is, use it.
Inspiration.
okay. So,
Pickpocketing your best friend. Inspiration.
where would we like to start? Would we like to start on the Astral Sea, or would we like to start in the Oasis?
Let's start with the doofuses.
Astral Sea, then.
Which one?
Yeah, so actual say.
No, that's up to you.
I
Tim.
wanted to see what everyone's interpretation
That's up
of
to
the
that's up
doofuses
to the
was.
DM.
A mouthful, so you beat me to it, Clint. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Well, so I don't know who to
Roll a
start.
D2.
You
Yeah,
mean
that's
Todd?
good.
One is,
Roll a
one is
D2.
Astral Sea, 2 is doofuses.
Hey, Steve, roll these nuts.
Okay. So, the boys on the Astral
Just keep
Sea.
rolling.
You have been hauled up onto a
That's all.
ship. As you were unleashed from your net, you found yourselves at gunpoint atop this lovely, dark oak ship. Above you were golden lit sails, and before she could say anything, Kevin asked, "Friend or foe?" And I believe you responded with, basically, "You stole my line. So which is it?"
Oh no, I said friend or foe, so you can answer me.
So,
He who asks first gets answered first.
this is...
Damn! What the fuck? I want to go to the Astral Sea!
Oh yeah, you missed this because you went to bed.
The first mate was the hippo.
Yes, this is the first mate.
Hell
Okay, I was
yeah.
confused because I thought there was...
Oh, a bar.
That's a baddie right there.
Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus.
You good, boss?
Technically, he is
Um,
a GIF. GIFF.
I believe
He's a
it's
GIF.
pronounced GIF.
I like that his name's Noah.
Noak.
No, that's Noah.
Noak Niffen.
Yeah. But yes, Kevin, you
Alright.
have a pistol to your back.
Well, I assume if you haven't shot me already, the intention isn't to necessarily kill me if I am friendly.
Well, I would imagine if you were pirates, you would have come with a ship rather than being hauled up from the astral sea, which means you've either portaled in, you're an astral projection, or you've gotten insanely lost.
We portaled in big time. We touched the statue and it just teleported us under.
Well,
Sea of
I was gonna
Monsters.
say it's option 1 and option 3.
Oh yeah, we're super. I didn't know this was the Astral Sea.
Can you guys figure out the options after Budge gets free from the net?
Is Budge in front of us?
Ah, the hippo's trying to help you out, Budge, but you keep tangling yourself in it further. He's just like trying to patiently unpick parts of your armor that keep getting
Budge,
caught on it.
just-
Typical fish.
They
Feels so
still-
wrong and Budge needs a cold shower.
They still Budge. They still.
I like to think he's just flopping.
Your GIF friend over there will help you out, Budge.
This is so wrong.
Well, how about some introductions then? If you're not pirates and you're not here to rob us, I mean, mutiny is a completely different thing, I suppose. But welcome to the Kylo. This is basically our ship. I'm
Excellent.
Captain Kilara of the Darkstar Haulers. And you are?
I'm Kevin of the Kevins. This is Doc. of the Kevins.
Yeah, I'm Doc of the Kevins. Yeah.
And then the fine gentleman in the net is Budge of the Kevins.
Oh,
I'm
clearly
a
you're
fish,
a troop
and I
of
feel bad.
clearly you're a troop of
He is a
wandering
fish.
bards, considering you've all done away with your last names.
Well, no, our group's called Kevin and the Kevins. So.
Yes, but you're Kevin, Doc, and Budge. No. Oh, all right.
What did you say you were?
She
The Darkstar what?
The Darkstar Haulers. We're
Haulers.
yes, we're
You
mining
sort of
traders.
hauling cargo. Oh, mining. All right. What kind of cargo?
Ether, Empyrean dust, that kind of thing.
Minerals.
That makes sense.
Not so much. You haven't.
Spices.
No.
Spices.
Etheric essence.
Magic.
Yes, basically.
We got it.
Yes,
Oh,
magic.
First try. Great work, Doc.
Yes,
That's all.
etheric crystals, etheric essence. Obviously, etheric essence is also used as a food source for some, not just of our crew, but of other members out in the astral plane. And, well, Empyrean dust for mages.
You had budget eating rocks.
They're not really rocks, it's more ancient crystallized blood and bone, I suppose.
I
Yeah,
your
like
funny
fossil
word, magic
fossil
thing.
fuels.
Oh,
Fossil fuel.
literally, yes. Out at the mine site, they're mining the ancient skeleton of a dead god.
A leviathan.
No, a dead god,
That was
actually.
gonna be a leviathan. That's okay. That's kind of
Which
cool.
god?
too.
Please don't say Granny.
Granny? She's watching as you're lying there, Budge, as Noak is slowly extracting you from the net. He's being very patient with you, Budge.
I appreciate the effort, but you kind of owed it to me considering this is a hate crime.
Saber,
How
can
did
you,
you get caught in the net, Butch?
Saber?
Why don't you just wander into it?
I
Yeah,
do have
yeah.
I do have to ask. Budge, are you feeling all right? Is there some circuitry damage, or I can get Saber to look over you if you'd like.
As long as Budge has the statue of his good friend Hudson, Budge will be okay. And he's just like lying in the net, straddling the masthead.
As you're looking at the masthead, you can see that there is a silvery thread coming off of it. Yes, I can get Saber. He's our gunner, but he does a lot of our technical works on all of the sails and things that need fixing if you need something looked at.
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 fucking second. It's not in my notes, it's in Kev's notes. Kev, which Ucker is not dead but kinda dead?
Mark.
Oh,
Mark.
It's Mark.
Marcus.
Can he look at Mark?
Mark's alive, apparently.
He's
No, he's
Out of
not
battery.
alive. He's just out of battery. So,
Oh, he's alive. He just needs battery. Not dead, is what you meant to say.
the first mate finally extracts you, Budge, and lends you a hand up, and he kind of looks over up onto the upper deck and kind of whistles, and you hear, Budge, a very heavy metallic footfall as this gentleman starts descending the stairs.
Oh, Budge's God. You look so cool.
Why his torso so big, his legs so little?
He's built, alright? Fucking leave him alone.
It's always chest day. I respect it.
I lean into Kevin. This guy's like Budge, but like meaner looking, a little bit.
For a
Budge,
second.
but
Better.
way cool.
That's what I was waiting for. It's
Budge
ba-
I
and
didn't
it's
wanna
basically
imply.
it's basically if Budge and Hudson
fully agree.
it's basically if Budge and Hudson had a love child because it's got the red coat.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Hudson.
Budge and Hudson have a love child.
It's a matter of when, not if.
You say, well, I'm still hugging the masthead of Hudson.
Imagine just Budge, like, after Hudson passes on with, because Budge lasts a lot longer. He'll just, like, construct a mechanical version of Hudson. With your soul.
Saber basically comes to stand next to you, Budge. I hear you have a little bit of a problem.
Sorry, you were just really cool. Yeah, and Budge will, like, rifle in his, like, chest plate and pull out Mark's, for lack of a better term, lifeless body and be like,
Jesus, what did I walk back into?
can you fix him?
I mean, I can have a look over the little automaton. Yes?
Thank you, cooler Budge.
Come down to my workshop. You'll have to mind the cannons, but, as long as you don't set fire to anything, nothing is going to explode. Come with me.
Trust Budge, he has no idea how to use a cannon.
Kevin, should we go with Budge?
I mean, you
I
can
think
go with
Budge
Budge if you'd
will be
like to.
fine.
There's not a lot of places you can go on the ship. Or you can go down to the mess hall and talk to Zatara, or we can get Kavad to get you settled in a room. I'm guessing you don't know where you're
I mean,
going.
we can just be off. We can be off home. You just drop us back where you found us.
Oh, you don't have to. You just follow the thread, I guess.
The thread?
Yes, off of your portal. Have you never been to the
I don't
Astral
have no
Sea
portal.
before?
No.
Well,
Have you, Kevin?
how did you get here?
I was riding on Kevin here, and
Oh,
we saw
I mean, I've
He was,
never
Selkie.
experienced anything that good, but I suppose transcendental experiences could. I suppose.
Well, no, we're not astral projections. We're physically here.
Oh, yes, I.
We were underwater searching for that fella.
Oh,
at Budge's back,
oh, so
and
You-
then we came across something. I don't know. What was it, Kevin?
It was the prow of a ship.
yes, I'm guessing the figurehead your friend is
Yeah, exactly.
carrying around like an infant.
Yeah.
But how was he carrying it when we also saw it on the other side?
Well, maybe he brought it with him.
It must be
Wait,
an
no, that doesn't
It
work.
must be the figurehead of an astral ship. They do tend to have properties that allow it to traverse multiple planes.
Kevin?
Yep. That's me. What do you got for me, Chief?
Isn't that figurehead just Hudson?
It looks a lot like him.
Weren't his parents on a ship or something?
Allegedly.
Oh, I didn't get a good look at the figurehead. But our sailing master recognizes most of the companies from their figureheads. I suppose I could take you take you to talk to Crackhead.
Before that, are you able to send any messages, back into the material plane at all?
I mean, I could, but without any point of reference of who I'm sending it to, I don't know if I could send it to your
Yep.
friends.
I can't give you that reference.
Well, I mean, you could tell me, but your friends aren't going to be the only people of their names. It's like you can't just...
I feel like there's no other people quite like Cal in existence, at least in this time period.
You're such a strange little man.
Hey, he's a big fella. He's a big
I'm
boy.
taller than you. Excuse me. How tall are you?
She's 5'11". She is an
Whip
astral.
your dicks out.
She is an astral elf, by the way.
I'm way taller than her. Get out of here.
Well,
I'm 6'2".
I mean,
I like to imagine
Little
Doc just
man.
sort of stands up, like he's been hunted.
I do.
over. He's like,
He does like
Unfold.
punch a lot. Let's be honest.
Hear his back crack.
well, I
It makes
mean,
the transformer noise for some reason.
He doubles in height.
I could send a message if you really, really need me to, but it will take a bit of time. I can send out the request for a postal officer to come to the ship, and they will be able to deliver your message wherever it needs to go.
What kind of place is this? Back in the material plane, we have people that can just cast a spell and it, boop, you know.
Yes, that's the wonderful thing. You're on the same plane of existence. The astral
No,
sea
you
is a
can do
different
that.
plane of existence.
You can do it across planes as well, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right,
guess,
if that was the case, why haven't you done it then?
Well, because my other sending stone is here with Budge, so
Oh, so you went on a mission.
we didn't go on a mission. All right, we were just
Hey,
sucked
these
into a
guys look
portal.
like fools. What a bunch of idiots. Went on a mission, took both rocks.
Anyway,
So I'm going to guess then that you're stranded. If you need, you can rest on the ship. You can come with us to port if you like, or you can jump.
it's honestly a little bit
Where-
stressful.
where
I
are
would
you
like
porting?
to go home.
Where are you porting?
We're porting in at Elliswinden.
I'll roll something to see if I know where the fuck that is.
Can I roll to see if I know anything outside of my own neighborhood?
Just like a general. Do I happen to know just generally where that is? Like is that an astral thing? Is that like a?
Do you have
Roll
any knowledge
me-
of the astral sea?
Roll me a history.
Hey, what do you guys see if you look out over the bow of the ship? What do you guys see? Any-
19.
19, yeah. Having spent most of your life, in a port city, you do know that Elliswinden is a port in the astral sea.
I'm gonna straight up say Doc doesn't know.
Okay.
So
What is it?
Not
Ellis
even gonna
Winden.
Elliswinden,
E-L-L-I.
ELLISWEN space capital DEN.
Capital
Then-
D. One big D for Kev.
Yep.
In
One
the
little
astral
D for
sphere.
mankind.
I think that sounds like a smashing idea. That we hang out on the ship. I don't know how we repay you for all of the stuff we need to like eat and do, but we've got some gold or something. If that's
are you not concerned, Kevin, about getting home?
Well, I mean,
We're
like,
on a ship. Ships go places. What do you mean? This is literally a
Boys.
vessel to go.
We came out of the
Boys.
water though.
you can literally follow the tether back the way you came.
Yeah, I think we should just do that.
If you want to jump back in the ocean, I mean, there's leviathans and all sorts of things in the ocean, but you will get to where you need to go if you follow the tether back through the astral sea.
Seems dangerous, man.
What's life
2
without a
steps
little
past
danger?
history. Kev's forgotten we exist, Huds. 2 steps past history. He's like, who were those idiots we used to hang out with?
Well, no, it's like
Move on.
the options are we die probably in the sea, and like Kevin's not, he's died underwater before. It's not about that life.
Kev looks over the edge of the boat, sees like one little goldfish. He's like, nah, too dangerous, not going back.
That's too dangerous. We're not going back.
He's
It's
like,
not a
"I can in
goldfish,
fact-"
it's just a leviathan in the distance.
He's like, I can in fact drown, it turns out.
I can't drown.
You
You
can't
said that last time.
I've never drowned, and I cannot be drowned. Anyway, seems like a better idea to, like, if the captain's literally like, you can do that, but it's a terrible idea, I'm not gonna do it. This is her sea as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. I don't know when Kevin became so trusting.
After I was in a sea with a giant monster in it and someone saved me. What do you
Yes.
mean? What have I got not to trust?
Kev saw a pretty
You
lady with a
are
big
not
hat, and he's like,
here.
in charge.
You
Yeah,
are
anyway,
not
moving
here,
right
sir.
along.
All right, yeah. So look, I'm gonna just ask the captain. All right, just level with me. If I was to dive back in and follow the thread, what do you think my odds of getting back to the material plane are?
100%.
What do
Alive?
you think the odds of being eaten by a monster are?
It depends on how close one is. And I mean, you could jump in on top of one. Not recommended, but I mean, you literally just have to follow the tether as long as you have the thread.
All right, so why would we not do that then?
You want adventure?
Wait, why is it adventure? I want to go back to my own adventure back in my own world.
It sounds like you're having a little bit of an existential crisis. Either you can stay or you can go. Either way, we're just happy we hauled you out and, you're not struggling.
Well, what I would prefer is to go and actually bring my friend Hudson here, because this could be his parents' ship. Jab my finger towards the masthead thing.
I mean, you could talk to Crackhead and find out for certain.
All right, we'll do that.
Or you could
I'm
go
gonna
back
go talk
and
to Crackhead.
there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to pick you up again. If you go back, though. Unless you come to Elliswinden and meet up with us. But again,
Swimming the
I
whole way.
can't guarantee. Well, I can't.
I don't know how that sounds.
Well, I also can't guarantee that it won't be in a year from now.
How long does it take to get to Elliswinden?
Well, it could be instantaneous, but time flows differently on the astral plane. It can be faster or slower to the material plane.
And if we were sitting here now, like in present, like how
Like
long?
here on the boat.
Here on the boat in this plane, like what's the time? To
About
get there?
3 days. Which could be anywhere between 3 years to 3,000 years in the material plane.
Not gonna leave him for that long.
All right. Well, I feel like, gang, we have to go back clearly. So let's figure out what this thing is, and then we'll jump over and go.
Well, what we kind of need to do is bring them here. What if we, Captain, were to pay you for your slight delay by maybe dropping an anchor near where we came through, so we could bring our friends through, and then
Oh,
Then
you
proceed
couldn't
to
pay us
Elliswinden.
enough to stay still in the astral sea.
what about circling? You know,
Actually, I stand corrected. You're more than willing to pay for a second ship if you need. Because that's what will happen if we end up attacked on the astral sea waiting for you. Also, you could take forever and we run out of supplies. I mean, you might be willing to let me starve. Well, you might be willing to let me starve, but could you really let poor Kavad starve? She calls over a young boy.
it's
Kind of holds his face.
Teach him magic, Scotty.
I could stay and teach him.
Budge runs up from under deck and kicks a kid.
It's just like that.
She holds his face and and he's like,
fucking scary as fuck, bro.
This kid looks like fucking what's he, Darkstar from Ben 10. Look at this motherfucker. What a freaky little fella. Budge, kick him off the boat.
Scary.
for the
Yeah, I'd kick him off the boat just looking at him.
just for reference, he is a starling child. His skin is quite dark.
Starling.
He has his eyes and hair glow like the dying embers of a fading star.
He was a starling child.
I was drowned.
So what I'm hearing is that if I was to go back there's no real. I mean, I could do it and survive, but there's no telling if or when I can come back here
I
to meet
mean,
with you guys.
I could give you a temporal token, which would bring you back here within the span of maybe 10 minutes in the material plane. Might be an hour or two here, but it is basically a temporal coin, essentially, that keeps time locked on this ship.
All right.
You would be forced back, though, after about 10 minutes.
Back here.
Of course.
Alone
The co-
or
the-
with
like-
people?
The coins are keyed to the ship. The problem is I can't exactly bring you back, but because your friend has the tether, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard for you to get your other companions to the tether and bring them across. You should appear wherever the tether is.
Mm.
Well, they should appear where the tether is. Your body will be here.
Well, we've got to go. So we have to take the figurehead back to the point in space it was when we entered. Then they'll return to the figurehead in that point in space, and you'll have sailed 10 minutes in the other direction by then.
Or
Right?
your friend has the tether. Your friends, if they touch the tether in the material plane, will end up where the tether is.
But in order for us to go back to the material plane to tell them that, we'd have to take the tether back to the point in space where it was when we entered.
I mean, as long
Therefore,
as you're...
when they come back, they'll be to there. So we would have to go down, touch it, and then come back.
The temporal coin, if you touch the tether to the artifact, should take you back to wherever
Okay. I see.
you entered.
Okay, I see what I'm missing here.
All right.
That makes sense.
I was initially thinking
Touch
that
the
I'd be one
electric
to do
fence
this.
and go boom, basically.
Yeah. Kevin, I hate to do this, but you're the fastest swimmer.
Yeah, I think I
Should
can
you
manage
go?
this.
She's just looking at you two like, if I give you the temporal coin, it's speed of light
No,
mental
but
travel. No one has to swim anywhere.
No. Yeah, but if he ends up in the oasis...
No, it doesn't matter because it's a projection of me. I can just move around as a projection.
Ah.
We
The
are
body
not...
stays here. It projects me over there.
Alright, sidebar for a second, Hudson. Out of character. When we get there, Clint, let's make a much better first impression than these fucking morons.
This is technology we're entirely
Oh, yeah.
unfamiliar with.
Yeah, I have
Probably
no
like,
fucking
yeah,
idea
this
what
makes
we're doing.
sense for people who don't even
Yeah.
know what the astral sea is. Of course,
Yeah.
I know
It's
what
like trying to
fucking
explain
projection is.
to an old person like how a smartphone works.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
don't
I mean,
confuse
let's-
Clint
oh, no
any
offense,
further than
Clint.
he's already confused.
No offense.
how much would I need to give you for this temporal coin?
Well, if you're
I
bringing your
have
friends,
700 gold.
if you're bringing your friends over here, I would say 3 days of labor.
You are a bad
Done.
bargain,
Oh, okay, so we can work it off while we're here. If we
Because-
labor, do we also get food?
Of
Well,
course,
yeah.
you would be crew.
Oh, that is kind of important.
Okay, there'll be 5 of us total.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps your mathematics to figure out if it's worth it or not, but I figured it was poignant to mention.
Well, it will make things a little difficult. On the food stores, but we should be able to just make
We have
it.
we have some
We have rations now
cards.
that I think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, okay, they should be fine.
Well, I
I
also
think I have some chili jam if you'd like some. So
Yeah, let's trade some chili jam.
All right. So, you want the coin?
Absolutely, let's do this.
All right. Wonderful. And she calls over the quartermaster, who has a small box. It's a small navy blue box that she opens up, and you see that there's like rows and rows of these kind of purple stone discs, more like amethyst stone discs. And she just opens
Dude,
it up
it's a
too.
fucking avatar.
damn.
And when the world needed them the most, they vanished.
Where did my notes?
She looks like some sort of creepy ass wizard that's gonna turn on us
She-
at any moment.
She is not. Where are my notes? Give me a second. I do actually have. Oh no, here we go. Here are my notes. She
Well,
is
Oh,
a Navori.
I don't know if you could call her that.
Did you call her a baldy?
She is a Novori.
What up, Baldy?
Novori.
Yes, a Novori. For those who don't know what a Novori is, judging by Clint's reaction, Clint does. You are muted, my dude. So basically, Novori are spectral beings from the transitive planes. They basically glide along between worlds and just really enjoy just traveling and whatnot. So,
Awesome.
they are very rare. They almost are perceived to be almost ghost-like. So,
Well, we've met a ghost, so.
yeah.
A few.
So she holds it out to this box out to you though, and lets you take a disc.
I get to pick one.
Yeah.
I close
The
my
red
eyes
one.
and just grab a random one.
It doesn't really matter. They're all the same.
I figured it didn't matter. I was just like, I'm not going to deliberate this.
Okay.
Alright, touch it to the statue, get the other two people to go.
Well, Budge is currently
Be back in
down.
10 minutes.
Budge is currently down on one of the lower decks in in what's his name? I can't remember. Sabers. Yes, sorry.
Oh, Sable. Shit.
Yep. In Sabers'
I thought
room.
it was Crackhead, wasn't it?
No, Crackhead. By the way, it is Crackhead, not
Oh, it's
Crackhead.
Sable, okay.
It's Crackhead!
It's Crackhead, and it will make so much more sense, and you'll feel really bad when you see him. So he's in Saber.
Is he British and has got a cracked head?
I mean,
He's
we can already see him. His thing's in the journal things already.
I can't see him.
Oh, I can.
oh Crackhead. Here you go.
Yeah, I can.
You haven't
see him.
met him yet.
Yeah, haven't had the chance.
Dude. Just,
Oh, look at that crackhead.
what a little meth head.
Okay, so
Alright, while I'm gone, Doc.
I'm pretty sure that's my
figure out what
neighbour.
colours with the figurehead. I'm pretty sure that's my name.
Yeah.
I hardly know.
okay, so you go down to the lab where Budge. We will come back to that as Kevin, you go down to touch that too, and we will jump to the others. Hudson, Cal,
And as we saved the village again for the 5th time, we solved the murder. It was Old Man Jenkins.
And he would have
And-
gotten away with it too if it wasn't for us meddling,
kids.
And so the sun sets on another beautiful day where we have lived long lives, earned lots and lots of money. We now have our own country, and we're just
Level
kicking back.
20.
Yeah,
Well,
level
that's
20.
right. Fuck,
But
you guys
it's-
have got this figured out.
Cal, Hudson. Hudson, when we left, you were soaring around over the oasis, seeing all these little lights. You do still see the occasional little light wandering around in the bottom of this oasis from the various uckers that were yeeted into this pool. But
We did that.
there is no sign of your fellow companions.
Padre, if you will.
Come on.
Cal, on the shoreline. Roll me a
Yes, it's
perception.
been- Oh. Wait, no, I'm meant to be pretty good at that.
You're a bit of a perceiver.
You look
See,
at
I
that.
hardly know. Hey, quick, just let me find where. There it is. Oh, I am not perceptive.
You can see Hudson in the very, very dim, early-ish morning light because it is cracking on. By now, it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, so there is the faint stirrings of dawn light right just on the edges of the horizon. And you can see Hudson flying around over the oasis. But you cannot see hide nor hair of Budge, Doc, or Kevin. Out of the, just on the edges of your hearing, you kind of hear this slight splashing of water, like the waves of the oasis, the waters of the oasis just gently brushing the shoreline.
Okay, lovely. just to make sure I'm on the right page. Last time we did this, the Uckers told me that they touched something and they vanished.
Yep.
Lovely. Do I have any more details than they touched something and they vanished?
Nope. I don't think you asked any follow-up questions.
Well, I'm going to turn to said Ucker that told me these things, and I'm going to be like, you
Which
need to
Ucker?
show me...
Oh, we
don't know.
decided last time.
Don't tell him, Steve.
Oh,
Don't tell him, Steve.
Easy. Let me read the names. I'll tell you exactly which fucking Ucker it was.
It's Shafi.
Who the fuck sent me the Ucker list? Just out of curiosity.
Yes,
Uh,
take a walk on the wild side.
Well, I hate to tell you, it wasn't Steven because
It was in the fucking 3-member group chat we have.
Oh, there we go. I'll tell you exactly which one it was. It was fucking Monarch.
It was not Monarch. Monarch was who you spoke to with Budge after the traversing into the void.
Oh, I don't remember talking to anyone else except maybe Denmark then, because they're the only ones whose name rings a bell.
I believe it was Denmark.
Oh, was it? I was going to say I only know two names, Denmark and Monarch. Well, I'm going to get Monarch to go... I'm going to ask Monarch if he can go back to where they vanished. I'm going to get Hudson's attention. I'm going to be like, "Oi, Hudson!
Yeah.
This little fella," and I hold up Denmark, "knows where they vanished from."
You just
I'll
see the
swoop
little
down.
Ucker waving at you. Like, hi.
I'll swoop down, land next to you.
I mean, how deep is it? How far down do we have to go?
It's about 100 feet, Denmark says to you.
Hudson, can you swim 100 feet straight down?
Sure.
I don't know if that was very convincing. So wait, you float on water?
Can we portal down?
I mean, I need more of a pinpoint, but I don't think I can quite teleport that far. What if, hear me out, you don't float on water, right? Whatever that is, you cut that shit.
Floating.
You stop floating. We go up, and then we dive bomb straight into the water.
I can do that.
You do it first and see if it's safe.
But how are you gonna? If I disappear, how are you gonna do it?
Oh, I've got portals. I can just hand you my knife and then teleport to my knife.
Okay. I'll take
Alright.
the knife.
All right, let's... Well, first off, I'm going to
Oh, wait.
take a second to actually create a tag for this knife.
I'm gonna take my gauntlets off.
Okay, you take off your gauntlets.
You want me to...
Tuck them into my jacket because I don't have a backpack yet.
I was going to say, do you want me to put them in my backpack?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I load them
You
into my
pull,
backpack.
you pull them out, they're just covered in raptor bites.
Could have been eaten.
He's a good boy. He doesn't chew on anything.
And he
Except when he's
doesn't
hungry.
breathe air.
Well, he's going to learn that the hard way. He was perfectly fine when I put him in there. All right, so we're gonna try this. Is this the game plan?
Okay.
I'm gonna hold Denmark. I'm gonna tuck Denmark into your pocket, in your jacket pocket. I'm gonna be like, oh, I feel like we need like up, down, and point to where you want to go, Denmark. And Hudson, you pay attention to where he's pointing.
Okay.
Mr. Cal,
Right,
you do realize I can talk underwater, right?
oh, I understand that, but Hudson doesn't understand you.
Why can't you talk underwater?
I have lungs.
That's
Brag about it.
that sounds unfortunate. We can remove them if you like.
Do it.
No.
Do it. Do it. It's so good. Not you will never be able to drown.
Come to
Think about it. Really think about it.
come to Mechanis. We can remove them and make you better.
I mean, we can go to Mechanis later. I think Budge wants to go there. I think we need to find everyone else at the moment. But I'm pretty good with my normal elven body that's not made of metal.
But it's so fragile, unbreakable.
That's, that is a problem. But we deal with it. So, I mean, do you have any plans for communicating with Hudson besides up, down, forwards? Because I'm open to ideas. It's the vape.
No, all good.
I mean, if anyone's got a better idea, speak now or, forever hold your peace or whatever.
No, I'm all for it.
All right. Give it a red hot go. Hudson, when you hit the water, I'm going to give you 10 seconds and then I'm going to teleport, okay? So
Why do I just imagine you standing on
Okay.
the edge of the oasis and just, all right, let's go. Poof! Just punt straight into the water with the Arcanum. So, I broke it.
I don't have faith in this plan, but it's really all
Alright.
I've got. I mean, unless you want to talk to anyone in the village and see if they've got scuba gear, but
No, it's okay. If I've got this correct on my
Hang on
own,
a second.
if I've got this correct on my own drowning rules at the moment, Hudson, you can actually hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Cool. I'm going to find a very large rock.
Okay.
We can stink faster. He's bringing us dinner, boys.
Just so you know, Cal, you can hold your breath for 1 minute.
hold on a second. Why can Hudson hold his breath longer than me?
Because he has a
I
higher
can't with the
constitution
lungs.
score.
I've got bigger lungs.
He does have bigger
Brag
lungs
about
as
it.
well.
Got a bigger everything.
Oh God. Okay, so you find a big rock on.
He's a-
Actually,
he's a
it's
fucking
easy to
barbarian.
find a rock. Hudson, just roll me a perception while you're looking for a rock.
One, yeah. You fucking uncultured swine.
Also, I would like to point out, Kevin's middle name is Rock, so
You did learn my middle name is Rock.
That
Thank
doesn't
you.
surprise me.
Middle name ever.
It is a cool.
This is a slight tangent, but he said at the wedding behind my dad, he went, "Who the fuck put his middle name Rock?" And my dad just decided he didn't like him anymore.
Middle of the ceremony as well.
Middle of the ceremony.
I don't know who would name their child. What is it, Tyrone?
at least it's not fucking Rock.
It's short for Tyrannosaurus.
Okay.
It is short for Tyrannosaurus as well.
So-
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rocks.
Okay, so
Don't call me out like that, Scotty.
Middle name
So-
Rocks. Plural.
Hudson,
Yes.
as you're looking around for a rock, you find a really great big rock. I mean, out of the corner of your eye, you do notice some drag marks in the sand, but you just figured it was probably one of the uckers getting out of the water as you find a sizable rock, and it's easy enough for you to pick up. Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Hello, Craig. Go to bed.
So,
The tracks are about the size of an ucker, or
would you like to desert your rock gathering and investigate?
I'll just carry my rock with me.
Okay.
He's a thinker.
We'll say.
This is what it is, like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, so you've got I would say you're strong enough to carry this rock, no problems. Roll me an investigation.
I'm not falling for your tricks, DM. I take my fucking rock with me.
It's now his.
Yeah,
proper.
that's
Yep.
right. Yep.
Could be. I guess, yeah, sure. The ucker.
It looks nothing like Ucker tracks whatsoever. He's like, yeah, that tracks. They're Uckers.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just shrug my wings. Yep.
Uckers be crazy, man. What weird tracks.
In how to gather my rocks.
Yes. All right. I'll fly up. My rock and my ucker.
you know, for shits and giggles, roll me in athletics just to make sure you can fly with the rock and the Akka.
Rock.
Yeah, Yucca's in his pocket.
You
He's
got
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still
She
weighs
weighs
something.
No, I'm talking a rock, as in the bird rock.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So you fly up, you've got your rock, and I assume you let yourself just...
I give you a countdown. I'm like 5.
It's like a rocket countdown.
All right,
Rocket.
I'll start hoiking myself down.
Okay.
Get some fucking speed behind
I'm
it.
assuming you actually ask Denmark for a vague direction in where you need to actually just descend
I'm
rather
not
than...
worried about that yet. I'm just going down. I don't. He just pointed down, so I just went.
He's not even above the oasis.
He stepped into a puddle, and it's like, am I there?
His name is Denmark, evil one. So, you go down.
I'm dashing. I'm dashing.
Yeah.
So that's 100.
Okay, you plummet straight to the bottom. Just the water, on the edge of the water, Cal, you see just as Hudson hits and just the water ripples as Hudson just disappears from sight very quickly.
What did the judges give me?
Oh, I'm like 10. I'm like, that was fucking beautiful.
So Hudson, you hit the bottom and Denmark starts gesturing to you. Let's have a look. How close are you? Oh yeah, no, you're okay. You're pretty lucky where you dropped. You're only about 10 meters or so. So yeah, 10 meters or so from the location, and so he kind of... It is slow going for you, Hudson. This is the slowest you've ever moved. You can feel the weight and pressure of the water holding you back, but you are slowly helped out by your rock, despite your hollow bones. You do. Eventually, you find yourself... I mean, I am assuming you've got your goggles on to help you see under the water here.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. I put my goggles on, Tegan.
So, you find yourself in front of a very large statue of a heroically posed Seahawk Aarakocra.
Not even thinking, he goes,
Oh god, I love you.
Which I will say has halved your time that you can be down here.
yep.
God.
So we're down to a minute and a half now.
I'll get the dagger. And I'll try and jam it into the statue. Or near the... Actually, if it's statue's wood, or is it
It's wood.
hard?
Yeah, no, it's wood.
Actually, I'll stab the dagger into the ground beside it.
Okay. So you stab your dagger into the ground next to it. It takes a little bit because it's quite silty and sludgy at the bottom, but you do manage to lodge it into some of the rocks. You're starting to feel a bit of that burn and that pressure from your lungs.
I'll sit there and look at my sundial on my wrist.
Tick, tick, tick. Just feeling your heartbeat.
You can feel your blood pounding in your ears.
Hey, Tegs, how far do you get in 10 seconds?
In 10 seconds. I mean, he's just standing there at the moment, under the water.
I got to the bottom in one round.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
that's one
immediately
round.
exhaled as soon as he saw the statue. So his minute, he's lost half his air. So
Oh, you only have to wait for, I don't know, 10 seconds.
and Cal lets you drown.
What do you mean, 10 seconds? He's got a minute and a half of air.
Okay.
So 1 minute and 20. What happens?
1
I
minute.
expand on your point.
Nothing happens. The dagger is next to the figurehead.
Lovely. So, am I noticing that I can't teleport to this dagger right now?
Okay. You can teleport. Wait. How does your teleport work?
I can put a tag on things, and I can open a rift
That's
between
right.
the 2 points.
Yeah.
But it expends all my teleport energy for the actual
So,
long rest period.
up on the shoreline, Cal, you open the
Yes.
portal. And
How much water shoots out?
immediately, Hudson, make me a deck save, Hudson.
Go on.
Doesn't get sucked in. Guys, this is absolute shenanigans, this whole game already.
Well, if I can't get down there, I'm gonna drain the fucking oasis.
Hudson, you feel the pressure that starts. It is almost instantaneous. The minute that Cal opens this portal, it whirlpools in. Cal, you are just... Where are you standing as you open this portal?
Well, as someone who has teleported before, I would like to believe that I'm not stupid enough to actually stand right in front of this thing as I open it. I'd like to stand off to the side.
It is all running back into the oasis, but it is just an absolute... Like when they knock the top off of a fire hydrant in America. Just water. Just jettisoning sideways, vertically. Just... Sorry,
For a bit of an
horizontally.
Australia reference. It's like when you hit your water meter with the mower.
Okay, so
Hudson,
visual
you're back winging just to not get sucked into this. It's intense. you can feel that Denmark is slightly slipping out of your hand.
We did the little. I'm holding him all like this, and he's doing the little.
He's like, watching this. You're welcome to join us, Evil One.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I just fucking wing it and launch myself through this thing, or if I fucking...
Please don't run up one time.
Lord help me now.
Lord help me.
What are you doing, Cal?
Fuck, it's on a failed intelligence. I'm going to launch myself through this thing.
Okay.
Yes, I am, no, sure.
Okay, you pull yourself in front of
I may not be
the portal.
No, I don't do it. I'm smart about it. I'm not going to do something that's going to result in death. I succeeded on an intelligence roll.
What says you're going to die out of this? It's just you've got to get in front of the water to get through the portal.
Oh, well, you said it was billowing up. I was just going to
No,
imagine
you've opened it. I'm assuming you've opened it sideways.
Yeah, I was just going to come in from the other side if we were going through this. I was just going to, like... I'm thinking with portals. If a portal's here and water's coming out here, a portal lives in a third dimensional space. I can just wander around to the backside.
That's not the way portals work, my dude.
And do portals live in a third dimensional space? Do they live at all?
They're not 2D.
Cal, you know your portals. All you've got to do is get around to the front of it and put your hand to the surface of the portal, and it will take you through the other side. Whether or not you get completely just straight back out again, it's a completely different matter, but...
Oh, lovely. Where do I go? What happens?
You just
How's
have,
my life
you
going?
just have to step in front of it, roll me an athletics to not end up on your ass first.
I would like to roll acrobatics instead.
And how are you dexterously managing to avoid this jet of water?
No, well, I'm going with the ebb and the flow of the water, you see, using its own strength against it.
God, you're such a shit talker.
And how are you planning on doing that, Cal?
I'd like to roll deception to trick the water into letting me do this.
You open your mouth and just let it flow through you. You as a wind tunnel. Roll me the acrobatics. Okay.
Does a 21 succeed?
Yes. You manage to, reaching around to the other side of your illusory portal, you manage to pull yourself in front of it and fighting the flow of the water, you press your hands to the surface as you find yourself next to Hudson, next to your dagger. You can feel the force of the water, the whirlpool, starting to pull you in as you are immediately trying to get out of the way. Now you can roll me the deck save.
Lovely. I'm going to try and grab the nearest object.
Hudson.
Hey, Hudson.
Okay, we're down to 45 seconds.
Lovely. What do I see in this underwater, disgusting...
It's dark. There are plants at the bottom here, there are rocks, and there is a giant statue of, apparently, Hudson. Made out of wood.
I point at that. Does Denmark acknowledge that?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
He's holding on for dear life because he's just in the water trying not to get sucked through your portal.
I'm like waving at Hudson over. And I'm pointing at that thing.
Yep, and Hudson's gone.
As you guys are pointing at it, you watch as a strangely silvery Kevin steps forth from it.
Oh shit.
If Kevin's gonna step through, I'm gonna close my portal.
Okay, you close the portal. As you watch as a whirlpool just vanishes Kevin, as Hudson's looking not great, and Cal...
Can I speak?
Yeah, you can speak. You're not physically here, so...
But they can hear me, I assume?
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
can hear
try
you.
at least. I'm just gonna be like, touch the statue. Touch the statue now.
Touch the fucking statue.
Touch the
Ghost.
statue.
They disappear.
Oh yeah, they disappear, and with a...
Wait, I got 10 minutes to like do whatever now.
Kevin solves the murder.
It's the Kevin story. I'm just gonna go fucking walk around and try and drink beers.
Just
It won't
chilling.
work, but I'm gonna try.
So, you guys,
Ghost.
Hudson and Cal, you touch the statue. As you do, you feel this strange sucking sensation around your navel as you just vanish. And Budge, next to you, in a rush of fluid and water, almost like they were birthed by the statue itself, Cal, Hudson, and Denmark just wash up, almost like washing onto the shore, starfished on the deck of Saber's workshop here, as Saber has Mark open and he's tinkering with what looks like very tiny little screwdrivers.
I would like to roll dexterity again to be kind of cool when I land.
You can attempt your Marvel superhero landing. You look
Kind of cool.
You look wet. It's a little bit slippery. You slip a little bit, but you manage to pull it off.
I
Soggy
just go
screen.
outside a tea kettle. I don't care.
Hudson's off the other side of the boat.
Hudson's just happy to be here. Let's just be honest.
Description
that was
not
really
getting
great
any
looking.
better.
Welcome to being a pirate.
Welcome to what?
We're pirates now. Hey Denmark. Hey Monarch. Where are the others?
Where are we?
I believe you're in my workshop. A large automaton gentleman who does actually kind of look a bit like Budge, actually. Wearing a very wonderful red coat. He's got a big pair of goggles.
cooler.
He's got goggles, like magnifying goggles on. He's got a light over what appears to be the open chest cavity of Mark. Denmark sees this, he panics a little bit. Kind of runs over to Budge and's like, "Uppies, protect me from the monster."
I will pick up Denmark.
Budge,
Hello.
you found your brother.
Well, we haven't figured that out yet. I'm just, he's really cool and smart.
I like his jacket.
Thank you. It's organic.
Budge never even thought about wearing clothes before, but he might have to try.
Very good, very good. I appreciate that, Kev. You absolute gem. Just out of curiosity, do I understand what the astral plane is? I mean, I am a teleporter. I know what this place is, right?
Roll me a history to see if you did any research before you touched a weird star pool.
Well, I'd like to roll investigation because I'm better at it. I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay. So, would you like to roll again, or would you just like to use the 18?
I'll take the 18, please.
Okay. So, yes, you've heard of the astral sea. It's connected to the astral plane, but it's not part of the astral plane itself. It is a transient place where all number of things can happen, including but not limited to, it was created from the dying avatar of one of the abstractions, known as Barky the Balance. When his avatar passed, basically whatever magic was left in the avatar basically spilled out, giving birth to the Empyrean Oracle, who is known as Asterai Seren, the Star Seal, and basically creating the Astral Sea. Basically, the Astral Sea is dead god juice.
Lovely. It's gross. I don't like it here.
It's also an overwhelming source of magic, and basically a planar roadway, crossroads, basically.
So this isn't a place where we should just be dicking around. This is pretty serious. This place should be handled with respect and caution.
Oh yeah, there are monsters, all number of creatures here. It is a terrifying place because it's a transient place. Anything could be here, from creatures from the far plains. We're talking giant leviathans as well, are known to traverse the water.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, large monsters can traverse through here. But the other thing that is terrifying about this place is a lot of the inhabitants of this place deal in psychic magic.
Oh, lovely. I fucking hate that. That's a lot of con saves and they never go well. Lovely. What are we doing here?
Budge doesn't really know. He just saw this cool statue of Hudson, and then he got fished, and still trying to process that one.
That sounds like a hate crime.
It really does, doesn't it?
You would think that, and you'd be right.
But Doc and Kevin are upstairs if you want to talk to them. They probably know more.
Kevin's dead again. We just passed his ghost.
Yeah.
Oh god. Did I do it?
I don't believe you did it. No. Hudson, weren't your parents some sort of pirates or some bullshit?
I don't know.
For
Apparently
a
they're
second,
traders or something.
I am. We are not
Traders with
pirates. We are
You're not.
merchants.
Oh,
Technically,
I feel.
technically, we are a mining hauler.
Say that's very okay.
That's what my parents are, merchants, I think.
Traders with a D or traders with like an AI?
With what?
Traders
As in
or traitors?
Yeah, exactly. What the robot said.
Didn't you say with a T?
Yeah, why did you AI?
Nothing with AI is good.
I hate to tell you, traitor and trader both starts with T.
Yes, but why wouldn't you just go with the?
Yeah, but
the
it's
one that replaces
traitor.
the
It's
D?
got a second T in it. Instead of a D, it's the D.
Now you're making us think Treyas.
You know what? I take it
Uh,
back. I apologize.
Think, Mark. Think.
Oh,
I think it's the D1.
lovely. I'm. That's much more acceptable.
Yeah, Cal loves a good D.
You guys haven't heard about them, have you? Hudson Hawk?
That's just your name.
Let's just.
We've
shrink
heard
that
of
a
the
little.
Hudson and Hawk Trading Company, yes.
You've heard of them?
Yes?
Do they operate here?
Yeah, not in this particular waterway, but I have seen them every now and then. We do occasionally run into some of them at Elliswindon.
Can we go there? Can we go there?
Well, that's where we're heading with our cargo. We have a full ship.
Woohoo!
I think your little friend is going to be fine, by the way.
Thank
He-
you.
He-
Budge, what are you doing all the way back there?
If Gunner is done tinkering with Mark, I'll just like pick him up and then race out of the room.
Doc walks in at this point, and he's pulling another Aarakocra behind him.
All right. Well, I
Oh,
guess
sorry,
I
mean
will.
you no harm.
I guess I will talk to the Budge later.
It's
The Budge is-
please.
The Budge has been really weird
Uh,
lately.
Budge, where you going? He sort of barges into me on the way out.
I saw a pretty cloud. I gotta go.
I'm looking back and forth.
He does love his clouds.
Shit.
I mean, I did want to have a look over him. I think some of his circuitry is messed up.
Oh,
He thinks he's a
got
fish?
more than a little. Oh, look, we just let him believe that. It keeps him calm, and it's his truth. So
I
Who will be?
suppose that is. If
Uh,
that.
sorry to interrupt this, but Hudson, I have someone here that you might want to chat to. I just went to fetch this guy. His name's, what is it?
You're
Crackhead.
like me.
you say his name is Crackhead.
Crackhead.
Yeah, my name is Crackhead. I'm the sailing master here.
It's like I'm talking to Andrew.
The captain told me that he might know something about
Yeah, I
your
know.
family.
I know a number of the figureheads and things like that. And
Well, this is the one that I was mentioning here.
yeah, you look to be part. You look like you're. I'm guessing you're from the tree and the Hawk Trading Company.
The what? What? I've heard about the tree.
No. He doesn't know where he's from. Do you know anything about him or his family or his company?
Yeah,
The Hudson
could tell us.
Hawk
yeah.
Trading Company.
Our type of Aarakocra only come from the Feywild. We come from the top of Yggdrasil.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That big tree, Hudson.
yeah.
That is really cool, actually.
Most of the Hudson and Hawk Trading Company deal in, information brokers, things like that. They collect information from all the roadways, airways, all that kind of stuff. They take it down from the higher ups and deliver it throughout the plains to those who need to hear it. They're information dealers.
Hudson, they're like spies.
Well, we
No,
could
no,
use a little
no,
bit of
not
information.
spies. They are doing everything they can to make sure things are on the straight and narrow. I'm sure there's some out there that are doing it for a little bit of coin on the side and things like this, but mostly they take the word from, like I said, the higher ups. We
They're
don't
like
do.
Robin Hood, but spies.
Oh no, you don't mess with the grandmas. They will mess you up.
The grannies.
No, not the grannies, the grandmothers. The three ladies who deal with the higher ups in the tree. There's a giant eagle up there who, oversees the city and basically makes sure that the our
There's a
kind.
city in a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What do the grandmothers have to do with the eagle or the tree?
Cal, roll me a
Yes.
history with advantage.
Oh, fucking cannot wait.
The grandmother sounds very familiar to you, even despite the haze of your memory. Your people deal with the grandmothers. They are treated with reverence. Because even to your people who basically oversee Arborealis and the central tree itself,
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year.
Arborealis is the central tree name. You've seen the map. The grandmothers go by another name. The Fates. They are the 3 goddesses who decree past, present, and future. Even your people treat them with reverence.
So, just to be clear, my people is in the Eladrin, or my people is in the ones from my village?
The Eladrin. Same. It doesn't really matter. The same. Your
I'm
people
just
are the
making-
Eladrin. Yes.
I'm just making sure.
Yes.
So, just to be clear, you're talking about the Fate.
The Fates. Yes.
The Fates, to be clear.
They go by many names. The Fates, the Norn, the Grandmothers.
In Australia, in the Blue Mountains, it's the 3 sisters.
Yeah. It is amazing how those 3 things are all actually interconnected. It's mythology is fantastic. It's great.
Meanwhile, Hudson's just looking around and looking at him.
He's just kind of like watching you.
Yeah. Well, as this was happening, Hudson's like doing these looky. I'll address Kraken saying we're in the market for some information actually. Where our friend Hudson here lost his parents.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you know when? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of the record books or anything, but I mean, we do tend to keep a track record of who goes missing when.
Well, I mean, we can tell you in time in reference to the material plane, but not necessarily here.
That's
Material
all right.
plane time, it's 3 years.
3 years.
I'd have to go check my
Hey,
journal. I'd have to go check my journals to go see what corresponds with that time. It is a little bit tricky with, you know, the transplanar stuff, but you're welcome to join me, Hudson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I gotta make sure we're on the right heading anyway. We're about to head into Leviathan water, so want to make sure we steer clear of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on.
This guy's cool.
Come on.
He is very cool. I'd like to go outside. I don't like being cramped up in this little deck.
Oh,
Oh no, the ship's not that big. We can all go up.
I mean, you can head up 2 floors and you're on the main deck and, you know.
On the poop deck.
I don't think they call it that.
I mean,
Part of it's called the poop deck.
you
I
can
don't know
head.
if any of it's called the boot deck.
I mean, if you head up 1 floor
Oh.
and in the central area,
Find
you
a
can.
library, Cal.
If you want to head in the central area, if you want to help out Zatara, she wouldn't say no to a hand. After all, you are, according to the deal your friend made, helping out for the next 3 days.
Hmm.
So
We
hold on.
did agree to be put to labor. Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that. I'm not quite sure you can just agree to sell people into labor, Doc.
Oh, we assumed
this
we,
is
we,
international
we,
waters,
we,
buddy.
we assumed your leader, Kevin of the Kevins, was making a leadership
Oh,
decision.
Kevin is not. Kevin is not. the lead.
Strangely enough, Kevin is not the leader of the Kevins.
Then why are
The
you
leader
called?
is Hudson.
I am.
You are.
He is
Hudson.
now.
Yeah, you are now.
We're
because
undergoing rebranding.
You see,
Kevin and the
Kevin.
Hudsons.
Yeah, Kevin may have won naming rights, but he definitely didn't win leading rights or selling rights, for that matter.
No, we're a
have to
team,
sell
and
everyone.
he would do that too. No, we're a team. We don't necessarily have a leader yet. As it's definitely not Cal. I know that.
Well,
Who says I
could be
wanted
Hudson.
to be leader?
I mean, if you don't want to help out,
Nobody.
if you
That's
don't want to
not my
help
fault.
out in the kitchen, that is absolutely fine.
Nope.
But you'll need to go to talk to Noak to find out where you're going to be helping out
Yeah.
on the ship.
Oh, I will.
We will be
definitely-
helping out.
I'll help out in the kitchen.
Yeah, but first, Cal, you need to help out your friend Budge, because he ain't right now.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean,
I don't know. He
Take
seems.
care of Budge. We'll take care of the ship.
I've tried. I mean, I can try again, but if he wasn't
Just give
ready
him
to-
a hug. He needs a hug.
Hey, the Saber kind of turns to you guys, puts his hands in his pockets. Do you want me to go talk to the Budge? After
How
all,
about
like, creation to creation, I suppose.
I do see that.
I mean,
Same here,
Yeah.
there's not-
I
very
don't
resetting.
completely understand what he might be going through. I'm not a Budge myself. I'm a bomb, but
You're a bomb.
bomb, B-A-U-M-E.
Oh my god, I thought you said bomb and we're on this small little ship. That's not good.
Yes, my assignation is a bioorganic utility automaton with aberrant magic engine.
So kind of similar to Budge, who, you know, is a galaxy destroyer or something like that.
I am a
I don't know
creator.
if you meant
I am.
on that.
I am a creator. I am not a doer.
Destroyer. Look,
I don't necessarily think Budge is a destroyer because he's also a protector.
Chances
Budge do
chances
protect.
are I had something to do with whatever weapon he was fitted with. I don't remember the 25s, but
Did you help create him?
I made some like him. Yes. That was before
Yeah,
the
you
creator
should
was
definitely
blown
talk
to
to him then.
smithereens.
Wait, what?
So that makes you sort of like his dad.
Yeah, more like older brother, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way.
Hold up. Who was blown to smithereens?
The creator.
And who's that?
Yeah, I don't know, some wizard who was touting himself that he wanted to be a god of some description. Went by the name of Tasachawi.
How does Budge know that?
I don't know. I don't really like talking on Budge's behalf, but
I just thought that maybe he had mentioned it to you, but maybe not. That's okay.
Like I said, maybe
Best friends usually tell each other these things.
I can talk
yes,
to
but best
him
friends
or...
also give himself a little bit of, distance when they need it. I don't go digging into your genocidal past, do I?
Well, thankfully, no, you haven't.
Have a genocidal past.
I don't, Hudson. He's been an idiot. No, look, sorry. I know we kind of were ignoring you there, but maybe it would be a good idea for you to try talking to Budge.
I mean, I don't know him
I don't-
very well, I just know the creation stuff.
Okay, well, I will walk with you too, Budge. I'll give you the rundown on everything that you need to know about Budge, and then I'm
Great.
going to leave you in Budge's capable hands, and I'm going to go upstairs, have a look around, and then I guess I'm going to the kitchen.
Alright, well, the kitchen is upstairs, but I can drop you off on the way, I guess.
It's like right next to each other.
Okay, so you guys go upstairs. Doc and Hudson, I believe you're going with Saber to... Not
I'm
Saber,
going to
Crackhead.
I'm going with Crackhead.
Yeah, you guys are going to Crackhead to his
Crackhead.
room. And Kevin, you're wandering around on the material plane
What?
as a ghost.
I've
He's a ghost still.
I've gone and seen Sharkan and Hudson's mother and been like, yo. They had to leave urgently, and I assume they were both very upset because they didn't say bye.
They're like,
but it was
Bro,
like a
why are
thing.
you a ghost?
I
mean-
I like to think that lends credence to the fact that it was very urgent. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even make
Oh,
a physical
They
present.
left this life. You're dead?
Shakan just kind of gives you a bit of a rundown, just letting you know these are the things he needs to cover. He needs to cover the 9 tenants in a year and a day, blah, blah. Hopefully you'll come back sooner rather than later, just so,
I like to think first he's like fucking adventurous. It's like, of course.
yeah.
It's just immediately chaotic.
Yeah, but bro, how much time are we missing in the material plane while we're in the astral sea? Like, we'll
Well,
get back
that's-
and he's got 6 months left.
That's something to figure out once we get back, homie.
Ha! Sorry, I'm panicking about
That's
it.
a future issue, motherfucker.
We've got 3 days left. We've got to cram last minute. That's nothing new for Ty though, right? Cramming it.
I was a bit of a crammer.
I
He
think
looks
most of us probably did, to be honest. Who didn't cram? Let's be honest. Fuck, of course it's fucking
I'm a
Kevin.
fucking nerd, man. What are you?
Yeah.
My assignment's done way early.
God, you're a piece of shit.
He is, right? In the best of ways.
I mean, you guys know I'm a fucking nerd. What do you mean?
Okay,
fine.
just making
Surely
a
not
note.
nerds.
Have
You've
you
got the
told
best
Nay
qualities.
yet that she's your ex-girlfriend?
No, but I'm going to.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna give
She'll
her a
love
call, and then I'll walk in with my. And I'm sorry, I was just on the phone to my ex, and it's her.
Gotta.
Okay, I've made notes.
Genius.
I'm the same.
What did you just
want
do?
Made notes. So,
Notes. I don't like that.
Kevin, Atram does try to give you a couple of things to take to Hudson after realizing about the third thing that you can't physically corporeally hold anything. So
I'm still there with my hand. I'm like trying, but it's not working, man.
yeah,
It's just
If you
falling.
concentrate really hard, can you almost hold it? Like,
It slows down as it passes through his hand.
It's-
no,
Like
it
a
just
hot
drops
knife
straight
through butter
away.
explode.
Yeah, it just
it's
drops straight
zero.
away.
No, okay.
Yeah. So
Mm.
You
you,
possess things.
Kevin, you can feel yourself being slightly tugged back towards the tether.
Send a message to my uckers.
Possess them. Possess the uckers.
As I'm being pulled back, do I see the uckers?
Roll me a perception first of all.
There's 16 of them. They're hard to miss.
As
Find
he
my
gets
character
yanked
sheet.
back past the uckers, he just hears, "Budge hates you."
Okay.
16.
Yeah.
He sees every single one of them.
I see 16 of them.
You do. You do see the uckers that are wandering around. You do see several that are still wandering around on the sand because you didn't yeet all of them into the water. But
I've really fucked this up. I'm sorry, Steve.
they're kind of gesturing at you, Kevin, like, ooh, the claw kind of situation. And a couple are kind of following. They're like, a couple of them do figure that if they follow Kevin, it'll lead them to Budge. So, how
Oh
many?
no! Oh no!
I can't speak to them, can I? I'm gonna say.
Roll a d16, so you'll need to do that
A
manually. I
mass exodus. A mass exodus.
I'm just gonna
right now.
say. How do I do a manual? Do I do advanced roller?
believe.
Advanced roll
Forward
D-
slash
Slash
forward
R
slash
1d16.
R 1d16.
Please, can we have a one shot where we all play uckers and that got lost somewhere?
One.
Please.
Only one of the uckers is intelligent enough to follow
Can I
you.
use Steven's inspiration?
No, you cannot. One of the uckers.
Damn.
One of the uckers does kind of like clue in that. Hey, you usually hang out with Budge, so follows you.
Is it Marcus?
I will let Steve roll which ucker it is.
Guess I'll do a 1d16.
Pick your favorite child.
We got a 16 list.
Are there actually 16 of them left? Haven't we got 3
Yes.
with us?
Oh, 4.
I
20
absolutely love how you rolled a 1 on a 1d16.
Fucking
Like, I
hell.
love it.
Both of you did. Both.
What?
Wait, how come
What's
he's
going on?
failed but
Okay,
mine wasn't?
stop.
Oh wait! No, Kevin, roll again because you're not supposed to put a space between the 1 and the D.
What did I roll?
It just
One.
rolled a
Oh,
1.
you rolled 1 because you put a space there, you muppet.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I noticed that.
You rolled a
1.
I'm glad I noticed that, he says, after not noticing that.
No. I noticed that it didn't crit fail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
it
made
didn't
me
go
look
red.
at it again. So I literally
Didn't even
type out R1D16 in one
Yeah.
word as one word.
No spaces.
That's
I
not
hope it's
No.
a one.
No. You
Forward
have a
slash
space after the
forward
R.
slash R space 1d16.
1D16.
Wait, Stephen, look at Hacker Man over here.
I
Can't
said
remember
no
fucking
spaces.
price.
And everyone's like, I put it with space.
I did say space after the R.
Okay.
So this means we got 10 uckers, and then we got 6 left behind for a one shot.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone.
Perfect Christmas one shot. I'm happy for this. So, 10 of the uckers do wander through. I'll let you figure out, Steve, which uckers have joined you.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Is it Marcus?
You need to fucking stop, Scotty. Swear to God. Mine
So,
is in my hands.
yes. Hey, Mark, I will also say if you budge, we will come back. We will just take a quick 5-minute break for everyone to go to the bathroom, get a drink of water. and we will come back to see
We'll settle
Budge.
ourselves.
We will settle ourselves. We will be right back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to Ignition Point. Thank you for joining us. Again, if you are joining us after the break, we are on the Astral Sea. We have gotten most of the Uckers here. And Hudson has met another hawk, Seahawk Aarakocra. Very excited. They have met another clockwork automaton who apparently has something to tie into Budge, but with a really cool coat. They have trapped Doc on a ship with a child who could potentially learn magic, and he's very excited about this.
He's clearly going to out magic Doc. Just look at him.
And Kevin has arrived with a small horde of Uckers that have just sprung forth from Budge's arms, which leads us to Budge. You ran off. Where have you headed on the ship?
I've just headed to the least occupied side of the ship, and I'm just kind of sitting there.
So down. You've headed down deep into the cargo bay where there are crates and various metal barrels. It is reasonably cool in here. You can hear the sounds of strange ethereal sounds coming through the hull of the ship, like the astral sea passing the actual bow of the ship, but it doesn't sound like water, despite the fact it felt like you were in water before. But you are down in the cargo bay of this ship. As you are standing, I was about to say squatting in a corner somewhere.
That would have been accurate.
Okay, so you found a little dark corner behind a little wall of crates. That you can kind of... It's really weird because as you've gotten closer to these crates, you kind of feel this slight humming tingle in your fingers, kind of like a little bit like static electricity kind of feeling as you kind of crouch down in the darkness behind them, cradling the figurehead. As you are cradling the figurehead, almost like a burst forth, like the world has torn open, outpour a small amalgamation of tiny robot men and a Kevin.
Wait. No. Right?
Yes, and a Kevin.
I wouldn't pour out because I was transported in
just
soul.
body
I would have
is
just
still
returned
there.
to my body, would I not?
You have returned to your body, yes.
But he wouldn't physically see me come out, right?
Well,
Oh, that's even good.
it's this amalgamation of you've corporealized and also reconnected your body that has pulled together through the tether, basically. So
Okay.
So wherever your body was seated when you left, it kind of dematerialized to kind of like phase back to your consciousness, essentially. And you find yourself, Kevin, standing in a dark the dark hold of the ship.
Underneath now.
You are underneath.
And I see Budge.
I mean, I'm assuming you can see his glowing golden light in the darkness. It is glowing a little. It is glowing a little. Well, you're not in the dark because you are a nightlight, my good sir. And the closer you are to these crates, the brighter the glow is. So you're not like a nice dull like orange that's good for sleeping in kind of thing. You're currently more like a I don't want to die as I'm going down the stairs in the middle of the night light.
Well, as soon as I'd see Kevin, I'd give like a little Homer Simpson yell, and I'd turn around and be like, if Budge can't see Kevin, Kevin can't see Budge.
It is a foolproof plan. I assume everyone made it back, Budge?
Budge will turn around, put an arm up against the wall, pretend to like be all smooth, be like, yeah, no, everyone's cool. Everyone's cool, man. How are you?
Doing good.
That's good, man. That's good. Oh, you brought the Uckers back. Oh, thank you. And Budge will do a little head count.
Most of the others.
Be like, wait a second. We're still missing Hallmark, Benchmark, Birthmark, Cowshark, Embark, and Car Park. What happened to them?
They did not figure out to go through the teleporter, so they're just hanging out with Hudson's mum.
I always knew Hallmark was a bad influence on him. Okay, well, that's a mission for another day. Everyone's, talking to people. Hudson found another Birdman, so that's fun. They're up there if you want to speak to them.
I says Budge needs his alone time. I shall take my leave.
Okay, good seeing you, man. Give him like a light little, like one of those awkward little like punch on the shoulder things.
But it's
like,
too
hey.
hard, and I...
Oh shit!
The
You
man's
go
now
sport.
concussed.
You call me sport?
So I'm
Trying to
assuming,
be as awkward as possible right now.
are you gonna leave or are you actually being
I'm
like,
leaving.
oh, okay.
We don't.
Budge needs his time. I'm not about to fucking impose on Budge. I understand how the grieving process works.
As soon as Kevin walks out of a room, Budge will like kick the wall and be like, "Stupid, that was stupid."
Poor Budge. Catch a fucking break.
I give you I line it up to give you an opportunity to clear the air with Budge because you're like, I was going to last.
He's ready to talk, though. Obviously, I can't. It's not going to solve problems in like
In
4
game
seconds.
time, that's happened like half an hour ago.
Budge is going to need days to deal with this.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
All
Let
right,
me have my friendships.
all right. So
How hard
Yeah.
did Budge kick the wall?
Leaking.
It was a bit. So he gauged that he actually hit Kevin harder than he meant to, so he reduced that by like 90%.
okay, you tap the wall. So you make your way upstairs, Kevin, as you can see Cal and Saber heading upstairs looking, well, to drop Cal off and also to look for Budge.
I was gonna say, by this point, do I have a pretty pinpoint location on Budge, don't I? Like, our connection's reconnected now that we're back on the same plane of
Yes.
existence.
Yes.
Ain't no hiding from me, Budge regard.
So you know full well that Budge is downstairs, not upstairs.
I know that, but I'm not gonna be rude to my host. He's taking me upstairs. I'll sort of just... I imagine we're mid-conversation. I'm just going to let him continue talking as I follow him. And I'm just going to be like, hey, buddy, Budge is that way.
Oh. Well, then not surprising. He is looking for the comfort of energy.
The comfort of energy. I don't quite know what that means.
I mean, his energy core is a powerful weapon. It is a powerful magic source.
So, first, I say rule, but I mean, like, first part of talking to Budge, don't refer to Budge as a weapon. He doesn't really like that.
No, he is not a weapon. The cannon is a weapon. He is not a weapon.
Don't refer to him as destructive, any other big word that means destroying things. That's just like a rule of thumb for talking to Budge. He doesn't...
I mean, but
He doesn't do well.
That is what his core is. It is a destructive energy core.
Maybe bring that up on like the 3rd or 4th date, not, the first one.
Well, it's not exactly like I'm going to turn in and say exactly what his energy source is. It's not exactly something you want to lead into to tell him that, he's an elder god.
He's a what?
He's an elder god. That's what the Budges were. Destructive galactic engine, they take a small elder god and put it inside it.
We're gonna have to run by the hows of that being possible at some point in time. You realise that?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure how Tasachawi did it. I just helped make the outer shells and things like this. And the weapons, mostly. But, for example, I am an aberrant magic core. The thing that powers me is the soul of a beholder.
Behold her.
I hardly even knew her.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
About time.
Well, okay, well, this will be a conversation for another day. Have we passed Kevin?
Kevin's come up behind you. He's checking out your butt.
Hey.
I am checking out your butt.
Nice to see you got your body back, Kev. Too busy checking out my butt. I'll go fuck
I'm
myself.
too busy. I got. Maybe you got my butt. Oh yeah, no, you did see me as a ghost. That's right.
Well, I mean, I hope it was you. Otherwise, there's a man running around with your soul.
Yeah, there probably is too, don't you know?
I was going to say, actually, there could be a man running around with your soul. Okay, well, as we walk down, I'm gonna give. Was it Reaper?
Saber.
Saber. I knew it was edgy. I wasn't quite sure how edgy. Budgery's got no memory of before he was Budgery. Raised by fish that could speak. So, you know, he believes he's a fish. Doesn't really harm anyone, so we just sort of let him believe that. I know deep down that, you know, he's not a fish, and he knows deep down he's not a fish. But is what it is. He took an oath to protect all the little fellas, like the little fishies, and I respect that. God of Fish, they respect him and they worship him. He's number one. God of Maps for another reason. Not quite sure why that is. He just can't get lost.
I'll have to get him to
Probably
talk to
so.
Kraken. He might be able to map some places we haven't mapped before.
He's very good with the map. And yeah, look, realistically, as long as you don't talk about the fact that he can have a giant laser for an arm and, you know, may have committed genocide, he's still processing that. He is your number one friend. He hits hard, he loves lots. What more could you want in a best friend, really?
Love and affection?
I said he loves hard. He hits harder.
That is called abuse, my sir. Do I need to call someone?
No, he's not hitting me. He's hitting bad people.
That is fair. I'm glad he has found a purpose after the creator died. Not all of the others have been so lucky.
He's probably going to want to find the others at, you know, some stage down the track, but...
A lot of them had
Don't talk for him. He really fucking hates when Kevin does that.
Mechanis had to decommission a lot of them.
Okay. Alright, I don't know if I've really missed any important points about what makes Budge, if I'm honest.
So he's a person and I should talk to him like an actual person.
Well, yeah, I thought that was a given. I was just giving you a little history lesson, you know, Budgery History 101.
Okay, but if you were going to do that, I appreciate it. If that is the case, why aren't you talking to him, if you know him so well?
I've tried to talk to Budgery in the last half an hour. Didn't go very well. He's not really at that stage yet. Maybe a new face will help open him up a little bit.
I mean, he just came from downstairs. Did you already talk to the Budge?
The Budge needs time. I'm not about to talk to him right now.
He seems quite hard on himself, though.
Yeah, he's had a lot of dear friends die, and I point at Kevin. I'm like, some of us more than once.
You look pretty good for a dead guy.
You get that on the big jobs. Yeah, check it out. No pulse, and I'll like hold my wrist out to him.
Check it out, no problem.
That's impressive, I have to say. Oh well, I'm going to go downstairs and, you know, even if I can't help him with whatever he's going through at the moment. I could hopefully give him some answers if he has them.
He'd have questions.
Sweet.
That's what I said.
We'll stay here and check out, and I like look at my palm, how to do the rigging.
Oh, if you want to go do that, you're going to have to go and talk to either, you know, Lelia or Vrin. Or
How
even
about-
Noak.
How about Kevin and I go and talk to anyone that's not inside right this very second? I've
Yeah,
got
we're gonna go do the rigging.
Alright, go talk to Gimbal. Gimbal is up in the rigging.
Gimbal. Excellent.
As we walk away, I'd like to point out, hey Kevin, Gimbal's not a very pretty name. How about we talk
Yeah,
to one
but
of
you
the
know-
other names?
He knows how to rig all of the sports around here, so I'm looking forward to winning some money.
Oh, I'm going to the cook.
You would.
Oi, I'm
I like Gimbal. He's like a stand-up gentleman.
Gimbal is a stand-up person. Etherborn don't have genders.
Nice.
Do you say gentle person? Is that an appropriate?
Gentle person is fine.
Gentle.
What's the
yeah.
formal version of like a genderless pronoun?
Well, this is dodgy waters.
Gentle person.
Yeah.
Gentle person? Okay. Let's check these
Various
things, man.
people's, you know, folks, person.
Just gentle.
Scotty can probably have a much better handle on some of this than I can. So, okay.
Not necessarily.
So,
Wait.
Saber.
No, don't actually wait. Go on. Sorry, I meant don't actually wait, as in do not wait. I said wait, but my
Saber.
head's all over the place right now.
Saber starts to head downstairs. As he heads downstairs, Budge, you hear the heavy footfall come down, and you're giving it off a pretty steady glow, so he figures out exactly where you are, and you just hear this gentle sound as a person sits down on the other sides of the crates that you're on.
I'll stop kicking the side and pretend to look, like try my best to look cool again. Like, oh hey.
He's not looking at you. He's
Yeah.
actually deliberately keeping the crates behind you to give you some space.
I turn around and realize I'm looking at a crate. I'm trying to look cool.
All the uckers are kind of doing like emulating you. I mean, on the outer fringes, one of them's like starting to try and sweep around the crates and barrels and stuff. But
I'm gonna let them do their own thing.
so, your friends say that you've had a rough day.
Oh, you know, of all the days that's happened, it's been one of them.
And you've had a number of them.
Yeah, like at least 7.
That's a big number. I'm
You're
impressed.
telling me.
The budgets were not created to be counters, so well done you.
Kinda.
He's learning. He's learning. It's okay.
I find it very interesting that you have found a purpose. Again, the budgets were not designed for purpose.
Well, look, track record dames, a bunch can kind of see why. We're not great at it.
You became a god. Well done. I hear the fish revere you.
Hey, look, it's a whole thing. The map one is easier to understand. Bunch is just a big fish, so everyone's like, "Oh, you got a fish." You know, we're just friends with the fish, really.
Hey, if you get along with the fish, maybe you can talk to some of the Leviathans into not ramming our ship. That would be nice.
Bless you.
I mean, Budge can try, but yeah, we'll see where the wind takes us. Anyway, how's your day?
Okay. Okay.
Sure. What you doing?
I got to meet a very, very interesting creation.
Yeah, his name's Cal. He's a funny one.
I was more talking about a budge that grew a soul.
Look, it was all hard work and determination. Budge would like to thank the Academy. Thank Granny.
Yes, well,
But what do you mean grow a soul?
I-
I doesn't even remember doing that part.
well, as I said, most of the budges were just created for the purpose of being controlling tools.
Oh, Budge doesn't like that.
Yes, well, I was
He's
told
very-
I was told by your friend not to use the word weapon.
Oh. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a thing.
that is a reason that the powers that be in Makanas decommissioned a lot of the budges. They were just mindless killing machines, as they were designed to be. But you
Budge
are
suddenly
different.
doesn't want to meet his brothers anymore.
Uh, Not all of your brothers are budges, though. They're like me. Bones.
Brother? Brother!
Our best of friend.
Hug me, brother!
Well, I am a creator. There, you know,
No, not another one.
there are not that kind of creator. I'm an inventor. We put together things.
That's how you knew how to help Mark out.
Exactly. I like tinkering. After the creator disappeared, I had to find my own purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, he just disappeared one day. That was wild. Huh? That was pretty crazy how that happened. And no one's to blame.
Not at all surprising. I figured he would probably blow himself up one day. That's going to happen when you're trying to convince people to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah. Hey, listen, hypothetically, if you knew someone who like may or may not have for lack of a better term, killed the creator, what would your reaction be to that?
Well, it's not surprising. It's about
So
time
you wouldn't be
to.
mad?
Why would I be mad?
Okay, yeah, Budge apparently bodied that guy.
First of all,
Bodied him.
why would I be mad? The experiments that he was doing to create our kind. We are an imitation of what Makanas does. We are created for a sole purpose, but without being joined together the way that they are. They are family. They are interconnected. They are one. We were taken from our homes and experimented on and turned into this. You have
Yeah, but like
a family
you're
out
pretty cool.
there.
Budge has no, but okay. Like about 12 hours ago, Budge would have said that his family's upstairs right now, but we don't really know how they feel. Budge may have done some mischief in the past that he's not exactly proud of.
Considering considering where the energy for the budgets came from, I wouldn't be in such a hurry to try and meet your family either.
Yeah. Where'd it come from?
The far
Where'd
plains.
it go? I don't think Budge knows that map.
It's because it's beyond the reaches of any maps.
It's far, dude. In the name. Come on. Think.
It's. Well. He created a lot of interesting things. He created a lot of magical advances to prove both religion and arcane sorcerers wrong. That anyone could wield magic in the right circumstances. We were just a step in trying to create his artifacts to get power. but he realized that fully grown entities do not take kindly to being experimented on, especially ones of such power as me and you. So, of course, he did what he had to do. He justified it under progress, advancement, learning. But
Didn't do
experimenting,
very well for him, did it, eh?
experimenting on children is never a good idea.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not.
This is
Off to
why.
the side, you see Doc teaching the Star Child some.
You are not doing it in the. You are not doing it in the cargo hold.
Don't you fucking dare! teach that
Meanwhile.
child magic.
Yes.
Sorry.
I
continue.
mean, you do have family out there somewhere. But I am not in a hurry to go and try and convince a fully grown elder god, you know.
What does an elder god have to do with it?
That is what your core is. But just a
Okay,
tiny one. Just a small one.
Budge has a follow-up question. What? What?
Yes.
He's done it again.
Done it again.
Basically, you have very powerful psionic energy. You were once a small juvenile elder god. And now you are housed in this.
Huh. This has been a really long day.
Will you look at the time?
Wow, okay. Yeah. So, Elder God. Huh. That kind of puts the God of Maps joke into new light, doesn't it? So, yeah, probably won't meet them for a while. She doesn't really know how to react to that one. That's a bit of the bombshell you dropped there. Get it? Because Budge is a weapon. Oh god.
For what it's worth. Not that I think this will make you feel better or not, but you are not
That's good.
the weapon. Yes, you might have whatever weapon you were fitted with, but the fact that you didn't use it as the intended purpose means you have a conscience. You didn't do what he wanted you to do.
Okay, now Budge is getting mixed messages. Did Budge commit genocide or not?
I am not the person to ask. I don't know what you did or not. By that time, I was in the lab of a very angry Minotaur.
God, that sounds like a wild ride. Okay. Alright, since all this has been happening, Budge keeps hearing about this Mechanis, about his purpose that he doesn't really know what is. Do you know who Budge should talk to about all this stuff? Maybe like get some answers, like maybe even how to get to Megatron.
Mechanis, yes.
Yeah, that's him.
I mean, if you go to the capital city on the astral plane, you could find the city of doors. You could find your way to Mechanis, yes.
There's an entire city of doors.
Yes.
That's wild.
It can take you wherever you want to go.
No windows, just doors. Sorry, if I just get distracted, that happens easily.
What about wheels?
Windows are just little doors.
I mean,
if you think about it.
Which city is more popular? The city of doors or the city of wheels?
If you go to the city of doors, I will tell you, and for you to tell your friends because you are a protector, stay under the radar. The this law enforcement in the city of doors, the lady that rules it, she does not take kindly to insolence.
Budge hasn't committed any crimes.
I'm not saying
lately.
for you. Some of your friends, their eyes are too close together. They're a bit shifty.
That sounds problematic. But
It's Kevin.
Budge gets it.
But yes, you're their protector. you keep them safe.
So, well, half of them.
Well, they're all still here.
Debatable. Kevin's dead twice, by the way, just in case you haven't picked up on that part.
Yes, but he is not disintegrated. At best, he is a construct, which makes him like you.
But minus for war crimes.
I don't know. He looks like he could commit a war crime or two.
I reckon that fella follows the Geneva suggestion.
Other suggestions, if you don't want to just talk to Mechanis and you want answers, you can always, well, try to talk to the dead.
We did try that once, but Budge wasn't allowed to ask him a question.
Yes, but you could try going to wherever it was that you did this supposed crime and try to speak to the dead spirits there.
Okay, slight hiccup in that plan. Budge doesn't exactly know where that happened.
Yeah, a lot of genocides, a lot of places it could be.
It just depends on where it happened and whatnot. I mean,
Find a map to the genocide site.
surely there's somebody that you could talk to. How did you find out about, if your memory is not good, how did you find out about this?
Some little kid named Steve. We have a rocky relationship.
I know Steve.
He's something, isn't he?
He's nicer than the other one.
Yeah, everyone loves Steve.
Oh, trust me, you don't want to meet the Violet Lady.
Maybe Butch would, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so either City of Doors or speak to dead people. Those are Budge's options.
Or do both.
Or speak to dead people in the City of Doors.
Speak the doors in the City of Dead.
I mean,
Speak
third
to the
option.
dead doors in the City of People.
The third option is you go to Tasachawi's lab. He would have records there. I know that there is a wizard in there at the moment, but from what I have heard, he is stopping anybody from getting in and trying to find other research in there.
Yeah, Budge had a little friend who worked for that wizard or something, and he wasn't exactly sure of a relationship. But Cal kind of punched him out of existence last time I saw him. So that one might also be tough. We'll figure it out.
I mean, that doesn't stop you from going and talking to the wizard who is there.
No, true.
You could go with a gift basket saying sorry for punching your colleague out of existence.
Everyone does love a good gift basket.
I know, the little crackers, the bottle of wine. It's always a good choice.
Alright. Well, Budge appreciates your advice. It's lovely talking to you, brother.
Hey, you're gonna be stuck with me for 3 days. You can come and hang out in my lab if you want. I can teach you how to fix the akkars.
Sick. Budge is so in. He's kind of not ready to talk to Kevin yet, so it might be best to hide him there for a while.
Yeah, why don't you want to talk to the Kevin? He's the seal guy, right?
Yeah, so here's the story. The genocide victims may have been Kevin's family.
Okay, so why don't you ask Kevin where the genocide site is? You can find out what happened.
Okay, respectfully, cooler Budge. I just said I'm not ready to talk to him yet. I need you to respect my space. Okay? Okay, cooler Budge?
All right.
Not ready.
You can't
Budge ain't
avoid
ready.
him.
Some room on this.
I mean, you can't avoid him forever. This is a very small ship.
Clearly not, but he can try.
Can we just sidebar for a second and imagine? Hey, Kev, I killed your family. Also, where'd that happen? Hey, where did I kill?
Where that? Oh.
All right, I will tell him that you fell
What did
overboard,
I
but
do?
don't worry, he'll join you again soon.
Probably.
All right.
Budgie's in the fishing net.
Please never fish Budge again.
All right. Well, I will leave you here to marinade or whatever it is you're doing. Just stop kicking the ship. Also, don't get into any of the barrels. A lot of the ore is unrefined, and it may do weird shit if you get into it, and the boxes are charmed. Don't get into the boxes.
You're telling Budge there's rocks in these boxes.
It's more like crystallized sap,
Okay.
crystallized blood.
I will
Don't.
definitely not go in the boxes.
I would heavily recommend do not do that. 1, you will be eating our cargo. 2, it is unrefined magic. Do not do that. It is bad. It will hurt you. It will hurt us. It might do weird shit.
Budge ain't gonna go in the boxes.
Yeah,
Probably.
that evil one.
I'd like to point out
Look at you.
step 2 was too long, Budge didn't listen.
I mean,
Don't touch the magic rock boxes. Got it.
Yeah,
He turns around to one of the Yokas and just winks.
all
If
right.
he's
Dude,
lying,
he
you
turns to Saber
surely
and
need
winks.
to make a deception roll at this point.
He is not lying.
Surely.
He is being 100%
I don't
serious.
think I'm trying to lie. I'm trying to make a believable lie, at least.
Budge looks Saber dead in the eye and literally says wink.
I can say that
Yeah,
I'm going to have to.
I'm saying
I'm
Budge needs to make
saying.
a deception roll.
I'm saying that I'm going to have to find that PDF.
Oh my god. We're all dead.
Okay.
Hey,
Kaboom.
Saber,
Alright, gang, abandoned ship.
Saber goes upstairs, leaving Budge to consider what he has thought. Consider what he's been told.
Budge is just gonna say to himself, "So this is how Cal feels every day of his life. Trying not to touch things." Oh,
Really confused
I
where
owe
you were
that man
going
an
there.
apology.
As we cut to the deck, you see Kevin just fucking. He's tied himself into a bunch of knots. He's just absolutely tangled in rope. Oh, the stream
No,
dropped for a second.
it shouldn't have dropped for a second. It would have been me trying to do stuff on my computer. Don't. Which one are you opening in though?
so
Okay. Okay. Continue.
I mean, I'm just sort of watching Kevin tie knots, and Doc's in the corner teaching a child magic, and I'm not really happy about that either.
He did it for 1 second, and then he's back with Hudson. He's actually helping out Hudson.
Oh,
We're trying to question
yeah.
Crackit a little bit and learn how to navigate the ship.
Yeah,
a
you
little
guys,
bit.
you guys are in Crackid's room, with him.
I thought he said he had to steer the ship or something.
No, he was going to go check
No.
the charts.
So we went with him to do that too, right? So we're learning a little bit, helping out.
Yeah. So as
back
you
in the room.
as you get into his room, he takes you over to his desk where he does have a large number of maps. You can see that there are circular kind of overlapping pools and whatnot. And you can see that there are weirdly named little landmarks and rock formations that he kind of has marked out that he seems to have charted through this. Alright, so how much do you know of the Astral Sea, Hudson?
Well, I'll say I know nothing, so just keep that in mind.
Alright, so
I never even heard of the place.
the Astral Sea is kind of like a cosmic pathway through it, but there is things we can do here. So we are haulers for a mining camp that, takes magical stuff to places that then distribute it out to other places in the planes of existence. A lot of our stuff actually goes back into the Feywild and things like that. The Eladrin and courts out there need a lot of this stuff to experiment and stuff. So, for the most part, we just kind of sail around, drop it off at ports, and occasionally use the trans-dimensional disc to basically portal to the material plane when we need to. So that's what the figureheads do.
So,
Cool.
so you're saying that this figurehead here that our friend has always been magical, even when it was attached to the ship?
Yeah, when it was attached to the ship, it had all its runes and everything. It was connected to the ship, connected to the magic and things like this. But usually there has to be like a secondary one, which is what I'm guessing you guys found.
Yeah, at the bottom of a oasis.
Which isn't uncommon. So when a ship wrecks out here and things like that, its stuff can kind of float around and whatnot. Now, Chaldea does tend to reach out and put things where they need to be and things like this. Sometimes prayer does help guide it to where it needs to go and whatnot, but
Well, that kind of makes sense. But Hudson, was that oasis always there, or did that just pop up when you were around?
I think it's always been there. That's where the tribe's always been.
So, has there always been a gateway to the astral sea there, or?
No.
Yeah, no, all right.
chances are if they were shipwrecked, it might have been a last-ditch effort of the crew to kind of try and get survivors to wherever they could, any body of water they can.
So, would we be able to find any kind of record of that particular vessel? Because
Yeah,
that might lead us to Hudson's family.
He goes over to one of his bookshelves and starts pulling out brown leather records, basically. You said about 3 years ago.
Elbow Hudson. We might be able to find your parents.
Oh yes. This will be great. This will be great.
All right. Let me have a look. I'm trying not to say that all right because I feel like that's product infringement.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Calling out to Rosewood.
Green light,
All right.
red light.
So 3 years ago, you
If
said.
anyone's read the book Green
Yeah,
Light,
about 3 years ago.
All right. It's gonna take me a minute
shout out
to
to Matthew McConaughey
figure
sponsoring
out
this stream.
the time dilation, things like that. You don't look like you're very old. Probably a bit younger than me.
3.
Maybe a bit older than 3 because you were sort of dropped off and you were already born.
And time travel's weird, so we might even be the same age, knowing my luck.
I love this guy.
Hudson's just fanboying.
Yeah, like this is a good moment
Yeah.
for Hudson. Like, yeah, I love it.
He's fanboying.
Alright. Talk amongst yourselves for a second while I'm finding this document.
Chitty chatty chat chat shoot shoot.
So what's the deal with airplane food?
Kevin,
Well, we're on a ship. you know,
Yeah.
with the ship
I-
food.
I hate to be critical, but I don't think you know how to tie knots.
This is how you meant to tie knots. I'll have you know I
Not good.
graduated top of my
Alright.
class.
You guys gotta have a roll off.
Can you tie
You can
knots?
tie the best knots.
Slide
So-
contest.
Let's not.
This
Can
is
you
not
tie
a
knots,
knot.
Kevin?
Yeah, I can tie a knot.
Dad joke.
Very familiar with bondage.
No, I think that's Doc's specialty.
Oh shit! I was good at tying knots. I forgot about that part of my character.
What's
you
roll?
think?
I guess Dex or survival. Survival. All right, you ready? We're gonna see who's more right about who can tie knots.
That'd be sleight of hand.
I was going to say, I don't really want to get involved in a knot tying competition.
It's normally survival to tie knots, though, isn't it?
That'd be sleight of hand.
Yes,
I'm
I
better
have-
at tying knots.
It has to be something dexterity based.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sleight of hand.
So,
All right, sleight of hand then.
Oh,
21.
shit, that's a fucking good roll, Kev.
9.
yeah, Kev has definitely visited a dungeon or two.
Or any knot from Cal.
I'd like to point out I'm not tying knots. I'm just telling him he's not doing it right.
Oh.
Yeah, but we're deciding who's more right.
So
'Cause I don't know if I'm right or not.
So, Hudson and Doc, out on the deck, you can hear this argument escalating of who can tie better knots between Kevin and Cal.
I would like it pointed forward. I don't think I can tie better knots. I just don't think he's doing it right.
With your plethora of experience, apparently.
I would like to point out that he said, and I quote, "I'm just tangled in rope."
Okay.
I'm tangled in rope.
Yeah, but that's a
I
deliberate.
mean, you're more right.
But that's a deliberate
Those who
choice.
can't
That's my
do,
choice.
Teach.
That's a deliberate choice. So, Crackett is looking at it and he's like, here we are. That particular figurehead.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
It belonged to the Free Spirit. Co-captain by Jarrell Hudson and Lara Hawk.
They'd be my mum and dad.
Yeah, they were the owners of the Hudson Hawk Trading Company.
Yeah. Quite heroic sounding names. So, interesting that you are, in fact, named after their surnames.
That was what was on the box I came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, their
So,
ship went down
you're
about
kinda,
their ship went down about 3 years ago, according to records, during a massive astral storm. They must have used whatever energy was left in the figurehead to get you out.
Alright, but we happen to know that they are still alive somewhere.
No guarantee. There's been no record of them having another ship, but that's not
They gotta be somewhere.
impossible if they were picked up by a mining company or a hauler or something like that. It just means that they haven't re-registered a new ship, which isn't surprising because astral ships are kind of expensive. They would have lost. They would have lost hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gold.
Hypothetically, if your ship went down in a storm and you barely survived, where would you go?
Depends what routes they were tracking and things like this. They could have ended up in one of the mining offsets. They could have ended up in any of the crags anywhere of, broken down stars, broken down gods. Could have been picked up in one of the transdimensional planes. A few have cropped up in the last
So they
20
could
years
be
or so.
anywhere.
Depends on if they were able to get a signal out or something like that.
They're alive.
How would we know?
They're alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, we gotta take that, as it is. They're definitely alive somewhere.
Well, that's exactly it. They could have
Uh,
drifted anywhere in the astral
but
sea and
where?
ended up anywhere.
So if they were alive and maybe got a signal out or maybe washed up somewhere or captured by pirates or something, how could we find out? Is there someone around that is good at finding people? Like a bounty hunter or not a bounty? They don't have a bounty hunter. Tracker, yeah. Something like that.
I mean, chances are you could go to the Hudson and Hawk Trading Company. I'm pretty sure it still exists.
Is that where they are?
No, in the Feywild. Go get records and things like that. They may be able
Holy
to.
shit. We gotta go.
They may be able to track him. They got familiar ties. They might have blood tethers, things like that.
Gotta go to the big tree.
Gotta go big tree.
Shit.
I will say, don't listen to any of the Ratatosker. Those little fuckers will screw you over.
Don't listen to rats. Okay, cool.
I think she said rat. He said rat fuckers.
No, Ratatosker.
Right.
They're like a
I
square.
said don't listen to rat fuckers because
This-
I wouldn't listen to anyone that.
Yeah, the squirrel folk. They'll talk your ear off.
They're not rats, they're squirrels.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit of a problem because I feel like Budge would probably just try to make friends with them all.
You're goddamn right.
We
I
could
mean,
be friends, you just don't have to listen to them.
it does sound like the best sort of land, Hudson, that we go and basically find where you're actually from. I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. Could find my parents.
Is there not any Hudson and Hawk, company members, like ahead of us where we're going?
I mean, you won't find any in you won't find you won't find any in Ellsworth Dam. Most of the time, they were trading out of Reefport, actually, in the material plane.
Okay, that's good in case we go back there. Reefport, maybe.
Okay.
My brother's in Reefport.
You have a brother?
Yeah,
You never talk about
Law. His name's Law Holloway. So, my bro. He's a bit of a stickler for the rules. I was the more loose cannon of the family. Anyway, I guess we go to the Feywild if the others are happy to come along.
How do we get there?
Like I said, the City of Doors. Late January, you need to go.
City of Doors.
There's a city of doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Astral Sea, I think, is kind of connected to various planes, including Mechanis, I believe.
City of Doors will take you wherever you need to go.
You might want to mention that to Budge.
I will say, though, be careful. It is a very lawful place. If you break any of the rules, they will come down on you like a ton of bricks. We don't usually like stopping there too long.
I was saying I was a loose cannon before, but I actually do like following rules. I just like to pretend I'm a bit of a rebel.
Rules are cool. You can't have fun if you don't have
Rules are cool, okay, Cal? Get out of
Having
here.
fun isn't hard when you've got your library card.
Doc, what used to be a librarian, actually.
Yeah, he looks at
Library, sorry,
Yeah,
not a
really.
librarian, a library monitor.
Explains fucking hate.
Before he was a sheriff in Oaksborough, he was a library monitor.
Remember how you said you
Oh,
were a...
before that was a hall monitor.
Yeah, remember
Just
how
like
you
the library
got
monitor-
Promotion to
nerd?
library monitor.
The library monitor role consisted of him going, shh. That's it.
I hated that.
So, he kind of gives you a few little tips, Hudson, on how to, like, start reading star charts and things like this. He kind of describes some of the navigation tools to you, because you can see how much you seem to really be into it.
Step 1, do it. Step 2, do it better.
Yeah,
You're
Hudson
muted.
does the do it part.
Or you got to talk louder, whichever one.
This is a sex don't.
Sex don't.
Not a sextant.
Oh, that's it.
Steve's
Oh,
dead.
God.
Steve's dead. You fucking killed him.
So, Hudson, you're having a good time talking about all of this, like, and you know, Crackhead is kind of interspersing it with like some of the stories about like what it was like growing up at home and just like little things like this. You know, his father taught him how to read the star maps and things like this, kind of almost taking you under his proverbial wing and just kind of like showing you a little bit.
Is it proverbial if he actually has wings?
I wasn't going to. Why are you like
He does
this?
both.
Meanwhile, Saber comes upstairs, comes over to you, Cal and Kevin. All right, I've talked to the Budge.
Excellent.
I think I blew his mind.
I don't quite know if that's what you were meant to be doing.
I
don't know.
I may have made it better, I may have made it worse. Either way, time will tell.
Downstairs, Budge is just rocking, going, future.
I have said that he can come and hang out with me and I'll teach him how to fix the Akkas if he needs.
The Uckers definitely will need fixing at some point. They have discovered a new game that is very rough on their little chassis.
I mean, if you ever break them, you can just take them back to Mechanis and they will send them through the factory, they will fix them all up, buff and polish them and send them back out. I mean, they will send them wherever their serial numbers are registered.
I'm not quite sure because I wasn't exactly there, but I think Budge may have caused a revolution with them.
He seems to be like that. It is not surprising the power he has over minds.
Right. The whole thing we spoke about earlier. Lovely. So, is the plan to just keep dicking around with the rope, Kevin, or are we going to do something productive on the ship?
We're learning boatmanry.
I don't know if that's
We're
a
being
word.
seamen.
I don't know.
That's
Hey,
more
Cal.
up your alley, isn't it?
Cal, come with me. We have to go clean the... Come over here. We have to go clean a gun.
You can go clean.
I don't want to clean a gun. Don't really want to
I'm over
hold
here
it.
being the god of ropes and binding.
I mean, you can stay here, keep playing with rope, or you can come with me and learn about explosives and get ready for the inevitable fact that a Leviathan will probably find us.
Okay, well, if my options are hang out with this fine fella,
Stay here, hang out with this fine fella, or come play with gunpowder.
I think I'm gonna play with the gunpowder if I'm honest, Kevin.
That's fine. I don't need you anyway, fucking Captain Rollslow.
I miss Sabata.
I'd like to point out that I won the survival contest.
Yeah, but that was the wrong contest. You only just won it.
You still rolled low while winning.
As you go off, Cal, and Saber starts talking you through like the logistics of the ballista that he has on board and things like this. The deckhand, the young starling boy Kevin, comes and is just playing with the edge of like the end of the rope, just kind of like toying with it, tying and untying little knots and stuff, and he's just kind of like squatting next to you.
I'm gonna fucking teach this little boy magic.
Hello.
Don't you
Hello, how are you?
I'm not going to lie. You kind of taste funny.
Why would you lie? What would prompt you to lie?
Not lying.
It's me stalling to try to figure out what his fucking name was. God damn it, where is his character shit? Thingy.
I'd like to point out you haven't been introduced to this little twerp.
His name is Kavad, by the way.
There's 2 different crews in here. There's 3 crews. Kvad and his little flamey boy.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I
You taste.
funny.
Yeah, you taste funny.
Like my soul essence. Me tells me that a lot.
I noticed. You got a little light creature.
Yes, his little darling. Have you seen him?
I can kind of tell that he is hanging around.
I'll hold my hand out and present me to him.
You shouldn't present yourself to children.
If only so that I get to make Tegan have a conversation with Tegan.
Hello. Hi. He's still watching you, Kevin. You have stars inside you. Lots of them.
He's talking to me, like, as in he's watching me, as in he's talking to me, the boy.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
You're made of stars.
Yeah, I'm filled with like some god's energy or something.
No, it's your stars.
my stars. Oh my
Oh my
stars.
stars.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you are. We haven't seen a lot of you around a lot lately. That's why I'm one of the last starlings.
What am I?
Well, when your kind die, they become us.
What if you can't die?
Well, you're... I mean, to explain, you're Star Silky. So, descended from the great Asteroid Seren, who is, you know, made of the stars herself. And when they die, the stars die.
Well, that's
A s-
comforting knowing that
a starling is
Budge
born.
created all the starlings.
Well, there would be a lot more starlings at the moment, I would have presumed, if that were the case.
Budge out here just doing God's work,
I'm-
creating a few.
I mean, I'm one of the last ones, and, you know, I'm still pretty young, so...
How old are you?
I'm about 300.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it's made of stars, man. That's like
That's
it's
true.
relative.
That is true.
No, he's
Is he
made...
300
He's
astral
made...
years?
He's made of dead stars. Like the energy of what happens when a star dies.
Oh. Okay.
Is he like 300 astral, like what I
No.
know to be like astral years?
No.
Or like he marks himself in
He...
regular time?
Material plane.
Cut his
Yes.
arm off and count the rings.
Can I?
No, you cannot.
Roll for it.
Roll for it. You're one of the last ones. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that kind of tracks. 300 though, I figured there would be a couple from like 20 years ago, but maybe not.
It just depends on how they die, I suppose.
Probably makes sense.
Nuclear fusion doesn't leave the soul.
Right.
But you're a real feel.
The hell is that?
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Like I said, you're a star seal. You're one of the only ones who, you know. So I know that there are Selkies from the times that we stop in the material plane. I see them like hanging around and stuff. But the real feel are actually like Seren's people.
Like a special breed of seal.
Well, no. She created the other Selkies, but you're her kith and kin.
Should she cry?
Kind of like
She created something more.
if she's the Empyrean Oracle and she's the Star Seal, and you were to look up at the stars and look at the constellation of the seal, she's that constellation. Basically, the rest of the Realfiel are different constellations. So, chances are, you're up there somewhere. Or, knowing my luck, you've probably burnt out in a black hole and you fucker haven't created another kid.
I did die a grueling death.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how you die. It just, you know, if energy is dispersed and gotten rid of completely, it's not exactly leaving anything for us to be born from. Oh my god, I've just realised these are the fucking stars from Mario. The Lumen.
They are.
Whee! Just the depressed little, just the nihilistic star from the Mario movie.
We're all gonna die down here.
So I'm filled with the energy of one god and the descendant of another.
Kind of. I mean, the
some sort.
Empyrean Oracle isn't really seen as a god, so per se.
But descended from one, I guess. It's a different type of relationship, I suppose.
I
isn't it?
mean, I suppose if you want to say it like that. I mean, Seren then is realistically born of an abstraction. She's born of the abstraction of balance, which is, they're not really gods, they're kind of more like esoteric things, like esoteric forces of the universe.
Right. That's... Sorry, I'm trying to organize in my head. This isn't new to Kevin, though, is it?
Well,
I
not
guess,
now.
like
No.
that,
No, not now.
Like, no, I've been told this by Levy before, I think. Well, it's ringing bells, but I've only heard it once.
You, Kevin. Yeah, you personally, Kevin.
Well, no, and the character would have heard it from Levy as well, wouldn't he? He would have sort of given him a rundown on who his people were at some point. He would have that context, I would
Yeah,
assume.
you
Maybe
have the
not.
context now, yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't have anything else to give this kid. I just want to teach him magic now.
Give him a panther repellent candle.
What does From the Stars do for me, do you know? Does it give me any, like, special powers?
Not that you know of yet.
You get
I
mean-
durable
I believe I can fly.
I mean, you,
You start swimming in the sky.
as an Empyrean Oracle, you've got prophecies, I suppose. But, I mean, without context, it doesn't really mean much unless you know.
I've always been pretty good at my tarot.
You get 3 images. The first, meaning insecurity, discouragement, and faithlessness.
Which is the star upside down.
Yep. The next one is freedom, release, and restoring control.
Yep.
And the last one is friendship, community, and happiness.
We didn't have anything associated with the star, yeah? That was just a...
Note the star is, I think we decided, was specifically relating to you.
Okay, okay. Right. So regaining control and then friendship and happiness. That's pretty good. I'm pretty chuffed.
Cal's not here to taint it for you.
I've got a good read, lads. Sweet. I'm gonna make some friends. I've made a friend. Cavid. Does he know anything about knots?
I do know a lot about knots, actually. I'm the deckhand here, so I gotta tidy up all the ropes, and I gotta swab the deck, and, occasionally peel potatoes and things like that. But you're gonna be rooming with me tonight.
Excellent. I might spend a bit of time helping him out.
Alright.
Fighting ropes. Being a hindrance more than a help, probably, but
Do you think we should have told
I'm
your friend?
learning.
Do you think we should have told your friend before he headed up into the rigging that Gimbal likes to throw people from the rigging?
I'm sure he'll learn.
I mean, he does like to. Well, he does clip a rope to him. He's a bit of an adrenaline junkie.
That's pretty fun.
I don't think he'll
Gonna
tell
go
you. I
bungee.
don't think he'll tell your friend before he tosses him out, though.
Should we go watch?
I'm pretty sure we'll hear it from the screaming.
Yeah, but hearing's one thing, seeing it happen is another.
Meanwhile, hop in the rigging, Cal.
Damn, I was about to ask who's in the rigging. Of course, it's fucking me.
You go in the rigging.
Just got to make some notes of accent here.
You, bro. It's rigged.
Rigged.
I can't wait. Look at this face. I'm ecstatic.
Okay. Okay. So, as you come up the top of the lookout box, Cal, you can see a gentleman who is very tall, about 7 feet tall, reasonably lithe looking, has glowing eyes, glowing hair. I say gentleman, please forgive me on that. They are looking down at you. They actually have this electric blue cloak on, like coat with padded shoulder pads that seem to be kind of almost like a dragon scale kind of like embroidery. And they kind of look down at you as you climb over. And who are you?
I mean, Cal, who are you?
I am Gimbal.
Lovely to meet you, Gimbal.
Are you coming up here to replace me, or?
Don't really know what I'm doing. I just know I'm not tying knots, apparently.
If you would like, I can show you some notes to tie. Do you,
mean-
do you trust my notes?
I don't know your knots.
I can show you a couple if you would like, and we can test their efficacy.
I feel like everyone on this boat's really crazy about knots for some reason.
It is because
Your ship, not about it.
it is because it is a ship, and you know those things will keep us safe and things like this, And you watch as he ties a rope around his waist with a really sturdy-looking knot, and he immediately jumps from the rigging.
Okay, lovely talking to you, Gimbal. I peek over the side. What's this whole character? What's his whole deal? What's he doing?
You watch as he's leapt outwards in a perfect swan dive and almost Peter Panned around the mainmast of this ship. Managed to catch some of the rigging on the across sail and has quickly scrambled back over to it and almost monkey-like scrambled back up to the lookout with you. So, how about you? Would you like to try my notes, or...?
No, I don't really want to jump off the top of this thing, if I'm being honest with
Why
you.
not? It's such a rush!
Because if I want to traverse anywhere, I just do this, and I'd like to just face step down to where he just was.
He looks down at you. They look down at you. But that is so
I think Cal used
boring!
up all his teleportation abilities today, didn't he?
I've used all of my blinking. I haven't used my
Yeah.
face step.
Oh my god, you are a champ at
Yeah.
teleporting everywhere, right?
But where's the thrill in that?
I face step back up to him.
I mean, do you like excitement? Do you like fun things? Do you like trying new things? You know? New experiences.
Oh, I love all of that. I don't love swinging from a rope.
As long as it's from your, not from your neck, you're all good.
It's rope. It's not exactly the most, and I pull on it. It's not exactly like bulletproof or anything like that. It's can
Yes,
snap.
but that's where the thrill is. You could die at any moment.
I don't know if you quite understand what a thrill is. Why do you have to put your life in danger to be thrilled?
Because I live a maximum of 5 years.
Okay, that makes slightly more sense then.
So I try to get as much variety every time we dock. I go to the places. I, get down with the interesting
cities.
peoples. All of that kind of stuff. I consume ether. We're all happy. I drink a lot. With the idea that one day something will kill me, but not today.
But it very much could be today.
Yes, but that's just real. It's not. You wake up and you get to do it all over again.
I mean, I respect your decisions, but I don't agree with them.
Oh, really?
It just... You can die at any moment, so you put yourself in harm's way every single waking moment, even when it's not necessary.
Because you want to live life to the fullest and experience everything you can. I eat great food, I drink great alcohol, I meet with some of the most interesting people to interact with and, get to know. I've spoken to philosophers, I've spoken to musicians, I've talked to artists, scientists, things like this, all over the world, all over the plains.
And what does that have to do with swinging from the rope? You can do all of those things without putting your life in danger every 5 minutes.
Because it gets the blood pumping, it makes you feel alive.
You're a fucking adrenaline junkie.
Of course.
So what am I doing up here? Because I'm sure as fuck not jumping off this.
Well, we are up here doing one of the most important jobs on the ship, if you ask my opinion.
What's that?
He hands you a is it a telescope? What's it called?
Spyglass.
Spyglass. Yeah, thank you. Spyglass. We are looking for that. And he points a little bit in the distance.
Lovely. What exactly is that?
Well, look at it and you will see. Because that is trouble, my little Eladrin friend.
Little? How tall's this guy?
7 feet tall.
Okay, I take it back.
Valid. Not like last time.
As he points to something circling in the water in the distance.
Lovely. I'm guessing it's some sort of large monster that wants to eat us?
Well, we have to be careful. If it notices us, it won't just eat us. It will ram us and make a problem for us, and then we all end up in the drink, and then it will probably eat us, along with some of its friends. Do you look?
I'll have a look at it.
Roll insanity.
As you see, roiling around in the water, a decent distance away, maybe 300 feet away, this.
Lovely. That thing. I know what that thing is, don't I? I know the creatures that live here. Call this place home. To a degree, I mean, I've read about them. I don't have to actually be here to know about them.
Yeah, I will allow it.
Well, why don't we just avoid that area then? I mean, if you run into that thing and it eats you, it kind of ruins your whole, live today to live another day sort of fucking fiasco you've got going on.
Yes, because I have to care about the crew, so I will go and tell them. And this is when he shouts down, "Ghost! 300 feet! Off the starboard side!"
So I'm guessing ghosts don't have ears then?
Under the water, it's kind of hard to hear, but we still have to tell the people so they can man the ballistay and get ready, just in case he decides to ram us. So, depends. Little Eladrin, you want to be up here for the fight? Or you want to be down there?
Well, I feel like the whole idea is not to fight the giant thing.
Sometimes fights come to you, whether you want them to or not. Isn't it better to be prepared?
I finally like that we're on the same page about something. It's nice to find common ground.
Oh, you mean the fact that what I do for myself is another thing completely, but when it takes into consideration I don't want any of my crew to die, that's different. They are not my lives to toy around with.
I like this fella. We're getting along quite well now.
So, I ask you again, little Eladrin, do you want to fight up here where you could fall out if we get rammed? Or would you like to do it down there where there's a lot more ground to stumble around on?
Buddy, if there's one thing I don't do, it's stumble around. And I'm sure as fuck not going to fall out of this thing. I can at least teleport like 2 more times today.
Okay. And so, as we are rapidly approaching the Ghost Leviathan, that's where we're going to call tonight's session. So, thank you to everybody who is still watching. It was great to have you here. We will be back next Monday for more Ignition Point, most likely taking on a Ghost Leviathan.
Okay, I feel like it was very clear the whole thing was not to fuck with the Ghost Leviathan. It was like, hey, let's avoid this thing at all costs. Why are we still going towards it?
Because this is the direction we have to go in regardless.
Got a circle right round.
Yeah.
Yeah, oceans are fucking huge. Let's go round.
Well, that's something that you may get to discuss with the captain.
It's already seen us.
It hasn't.
All right. Well, we will talk about this and we will see what happens next week. See you next week, guys.